Can you make it big? Hello, are we on? There we are. Oh, that's us. Hey. How's it going, everyone? As you can tell here on the set of the Absolute Vodka live at the Landis podcast, we are all literally allergies are killing us. It is that time of year, and every single one of us is being affected by allergies right now. So please don't mind the sniffling, the sneezing, the coughing, and the farting. Well, the farting is on him, but that's from WrestleMania shit that went on. So I don't even want to know what happened there. But welcome to the Absolute Vodka Presents Live at the Landis podcast with our sponsor Absolute and our other sponsor Michael Kelly Guitar Company. We have some awesome guests tonight.
Excited, man.
We had a great weekend. It was a lot of fun this weekend, man. We had the half step in, and then before that we had the Doobie Others, the Doobie Brothers trio.
I saw the clips of the Doobie Others.
Those guys were phenomenal, man. What
So
a good band. Such a tight, really tight band. I was excited to have them. But I'll tell you, Saturday was
a good day, man.
That was a trip, man.
That was a fun one. What a long, strange trip that was.
Dude, look at that. Look how great that looked, man. I mean, what a show, man. Those guys really put on a Grateful Dead show. Probably one of the best ones that we've seen since we
I was blown away not only by their musicality, but just the way they put together that set list. That was like
phenomenal.
The perfect Dead set.
Yep.
You know, they had everything going for them in there. So it was
So did they have the two drummers?
Yes.
Yes,
it was so good, man.
They
were so good. And they were so good.
Yeah.
So good.
So good.
You'd think they were Neil Diamond.
Yeah, no, they were a fantastic time and just great people all around, as always. And we went wild and we did what we did and did it best. And I think we'll do a little recap of that later.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a recap towards the end of the show because I do want to show some videos from it. But we have a really stacked. We have a stacked week this week. So Thursday, of course, we have one of my favorites from the Misfits. We have Doyle. Along with OTEP and Red Devil Vortex, who I'm very excited to see too because I was listening to some of their stuff and they're pretty fucking badass too.
Hell yeah.
But we also have Truth, the Jeff Beck show coming on Friday, and then we have Get Poisoned on Saturday, which they've been here before and they're phenomenal. If you're a big 80s heavy metal fan, you remember Poison stuff. These guys give it to you and you swear you're back in time. And they got an opener called Los Angeles. And then of course, like we said, Thursday we have, but then Sunday we have the Capital K9 Association Fundraiser. And that is to help protect the pups that protect you. Live music from 12 to 6 p.m. with Reese Knights Reign. Oh, look at I was going to read through them. She took it up, but the whole bunch of Heart and Soul, Justin Love. There's a lot of performers for a cheap ticket. What's the price on that case? $25. And the proceeds from all the proceeds go directly to they say to the pups. So like I said, these dogs are very smart. They go online, they fit themselves, they figure out what they want to wear, they use the money we give them, and they buy their shit.
They've got their own card.
Great cause, man. Great
cause.
It
is a great cause, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to meeting some of the dogs and some of the people that come out. And speaking of that, we have right off the bat, which we wanted to bring on real quick from Capital K9. This is, I'm sorry, Case, I have it in front of me here somewhere. Sal. This is Sal, and Sal is, hey Sal, how you doing, brother?
Doing well, gentlemen. How's everybody doing?
I can't hear you.
Oh, you guys can't hear me?
A little.
You were delayed. Can you turn him up a little too, Casey?
Testing. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, that's a little bit better. Yeah, you're on a little bit of a delay there. It could be an internet connection there. How are you, brother?
Doing well. I appreciate you guys having us on here. I'm glad that we survived the apocalypse.
Yeah, man. I don't know,
crazy,
man.
Right?
The three of us got like some allergy thing going from the apocalypse.
Oh, no.
I don't know what it was, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The allergy fairies, man.
All I can tell you is I saw that weird chick on The View said that we finally found out that the just so we know, the solar eclipse, thanks to The View, is because of climate change. Thank God we figured that out. Yeah.
So glad I don't watch TV, man. So glad I don't watch TV.
Oh man, it's good. Sal, man, this is a wonderful organization. We're very excited. My girlfriend Casey back here is the producer. We have three beautiful greyhounds there she is, that we love, that we adopted through the racing world. We're big, we're big on law enforcement and everything like that. We're big supporters, and support law enforcement dogs is probably right up our alley more than anything. Yeah. And to think that these dogs are going to get protection because of any money we raise. That's really cool, man. Can you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit more about the organization itself, how long it's been around, et cetera?
Of course. So back in 2011, Trenton K9 Unit started the organization. And just one thing as a disclosure, like you were mentioning, the funds raised go to the cause. We're all a volunteer organization since we started. And since we've started protecting canines, I think we're just over 135 canines protected across the country.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we donate ballistic vests and safety equipment. So the safety equipment's a heat alarm system. So the number one death for canines is actually heat exhaustion. You respond to a call. How do you know if the AC is still working, the car's still functioning? So it's called a hot and pop. So that's the heat alarm system, right? If it goes out of whack, lets the police officer know, puts the windows down. But the pop is a hydraulic door release. So you pull somebody over, things go sideways, you hit the little button on the side of your vest, and next thing you know, the dog comes out to rescue you. And actually,
It's like a trunk monkey, man.
That's cool.
Remember the trunk monkey?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember
That commercial where you hit a button on in your car and a
Yeah.
monkey comes out and beats the shit out of the guy.
In this case, the dog comes out to you, right?
That's
So-
actually real. Now how long's that been around? That's a cool device.
So I don't know how long the heat alarm systems have been around, but we've been doing that for almost like 8-9 years itself.
Wow.
We started with the ballistic vest, and then we were just looking at other ways to help. Yep, that's
Oh,
the
that's neat.
monitoring system inside the cruiser.
Yeah.
That is
So-
really neat. That is really,
Yeah.
really cool.
So interesting story. We donated one to Canine in Pilot Point, Texas. It was the electronic storage detection canine, and it was task forced with the FBI to crack down on child pornography. Long story short, the mayor of Pilot Point was one of the people that were apprehended for child
Oh, great.
pornography.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go
But
figure.
Going to the other spectrum, you talked about rescuing dogs. We were part of a rescue that basically it was a pit bull fighting ring in Canada, Ontario 21. And if you know about the arson canine in Millville, he was actually a repurposed pit bull that's now at arson.
Oh,
Detection.
wow.
That's great.
Wow. Oh,
And we
that is-
donated a heat alarm system to him as
Oh,
well.
that is awesome.
Oh,
So-
sweet.
Yeah, because our ads say that the money goes directly to the dogs, and so for me it was always like, well, what are the dogs ordering with the money? Are they actually ordering vests? Are they ordering treats? I mean,
Yeah.
what's going on here? We wanted to make sure these dogs weren't just getting a lot of biscuits here.
No.
But,
We,
but no,
specialize in
no.
that.
No, they deserve that too. This is actually a really great cause. It is this Sunday. Now, are you going to be here, Sal?
Yep, I'll be coming
Oh,
down.
excellent. I look forward to meeting you and talking a little
Super
bit more in
excited.
depth. I think this
Yeah.
is a phenomenal thing. It is, again, this Sunday. It's from noon until about 6 p.m. We got a lot of great bands. So real quick, Sal, what are you guys bringing some dogs out? Are you bringing like some of these instruments out so people can see them?
I'll have to see if we're going to have a bite sleeve ready. Would you be up to take a bite from a canine?
Hell
off the
yeah.
sleeve?
Hell yeah. I
So
was
may have to
I was
figure
an
it out.
Army Ranger, believe it or not. I actually went through training, and that dog almost ripped my arm off. I will never
You're very
forget that.
familiar with it then.
He grabbed me and I had a whole suit on, not just the sleeve.
Mhm.
And when that dog got me, he spun me around, man, and
Wow.
slammed me. And I was like, all right, I give up. I'm good.
You got it easy. Some of the dogs like to go after your jewels. There you go,
Oh,
right in the
no,
middle.
no.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I haven't put the suit on. I stay with the sleeve.
Yeah, I've never done just to sleep, but
Smart man.
I would be happy to do that. I think that would be a fun time. I'm so in. Like I said, we're such big dog lovers around here, and to be
Yeah.
able to give back, I hope this becomes a regular thing for us with you guys.
Wow. Hopefully,
because-
we're looking forward to it.
Because the more we can raise, the better we can do. I think it's the better for everything. This is I love this, man. And Carrie, who brought this to us, is just a phenomenal human being, and I
Oh,
love her so
yes.
much. We went to high school together, actually, so we've
Oh,
known
get
each
out.
other. Yeah, we've known each other for a very long time, and she is a wonderful human being. And the stuff that she's doing just amazes me every day. She lost her son to heroin, so she does a heroin benefit here. As a matter of fact, CT has lost a couple brothers as well. It's something that hits home, and then have to be working with the canines. It's a wonderful thing, and it really means a lot to us here. It really does.
Yeah, no, Carrie's an amazing person. She reached out to me, I think, a little over a year ago, and she's like, hey, I want to help a canine unit in need. And actually turned out the canine in her town needed help with funding. Long story
Ah.
short, she put an event together, donated over $2,000 to the department, and
Wow.
it's like a scent, basically detection tool that she also donated as well.
Well,
Wow.
real quick, so when you're talking about a vest for a dog, or you're talking about this unit that helps with the heat and releasing the door, what's like a price range on something like that, so people understand how much is needed to purchase these items?
Yeah, so the vests that we get are from Armor Express, and they're basically, special threat rated. So, rifle range rounds they can take as well. And they retail for about $2,200, and they discounted to us for just about $1,000.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. That's phenomenal.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is awesome. Yeah.
And then
Nope.
the heat alarm systems range, if it's a hot and pop, that can range from, $1,000 to $1,600.
Excellent. So we know for at least every $1,000 we raise, there's a dog getting a
There's a
vest.
dog being protected. Exactly.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So and I love this hot and pop thing. That's so cool,
Pretty
man.
cool.
I feel like I
need
need that in my car,
yeah.
so I can get the hell out once in a while. Let Casey loose if somebody pisses me off. Just hit the button and she comes out.
Now, can I ask you, Sal, as far as funding is
Attacking them for
concerned,
me.
and like gaining money and raising funds, how did you guys come about as an organization to learn that like you needed to cover this funding? And how much is like, say, tax money or whatever? Like what do you need to cover for these canines?
So, I mean, originally it started with Trenton K9 Unit. They weren't getting the full funding to be able to protect their canines. So they started Capital K9 Association. Next thing you know, they just, we were selling bracelets, doing whatever we could. And I wasn't a part of the organization until 2014. So I have to give credit to our founding members in getting this up and running. But since then, luckily, with support of the community, our online store, going out there for events, we're able to get donations to help continue the mission.
And that online store, do we have that? Do we have a link? What's the link to that? What's the web address for that?
Capital K9 Association.org.
Okay.
You can check out the online store there. And we're looking forward to doing more events. Definitely coming back to the Landis Theater. I'm super excited to come down. I've heard so much about you guys, and now this is a perfect excuse. So
there it is. It's on our screen right now. It's Capital K9 Association.org. And now you can go in there if you can't make the event on Sunday, which we do reach a very large. We reach like all over the United. You'd be surprised. There's people in for some reason in Tokyo that watch us.
Wow.
But
It's the shirts.
it's the shirts. If you can't make it to the Landis on Sunday, you can go to Capital K9 Association.org. You can purchase something and help that way. Or do you have a button on there? I hope to donate, just to be able to donate.
We have a donate button
There
right
you go.
on
That's
the website.
phenomenal. So we're going to put this up on our Facebook, and then Casey actually does a really awesome like a mail out during the week, and we'll make sure that's on our mailer as well for our email. Yep. He said thank you, Casey. She's back there. She's back there typing away. She's the producer.
She was the one helping coordinating and make sure I was here.
Yeah, dude. She works. She's like does 15 things at one time, which is phenomenal.
That's awesome.
And she has a little bit of allergy thing too, but not as bad as the rest of us, I don't think.
Not nearly as bad.
Look, Sal,
not yet.
We're running out of time. We got a lot going on this weekend, but we wanted to get you on first. We really appreciate it. I can't wait to meet you in person, my friend, and I'm looking forward to getting my ass bit by a dog.
This is great to know.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you for what you do. It's highly appreciated, man.
It's all about bringing the community together and keeping our community safer. So,
and that's what we need, man. We need more people like you in the world, brother.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Take care, Sal. We'll see you Sunday, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Remember, that's the Capital K9 Association. It's been around since 2011. Wow. That is Sunday, April 14th from 12 to 6 here at the Landis Theater. Help us protect the pups that protect you. As you just heard from Sal, they oh, shit, Steve disappeared. It's hot in here, isn't it? I thought it was me, man. I'm like, holy shit, it's like a sauna. But sorry about that, folks. Reese, the Knights Reign, special performances by, let's just go through them real quick. Wounded Souls, which is Carrie, who we spoke about. Heart and Soul, Justin Love, Art Slavago. What is that? I can't read that. Case. Salvagno. It's in white. It's kind of double G blues duo. Drew Ireland and Francesca Merlino. I can read her name really easy. Oh, it's in front of me. It's in front of me.
Yeah. It always is.
She's pretty awesome, man. Where is that?
She's on point.
Where do I see that? Oh, it is in front of me. All right. Steve is back.
I'm back. I'm entirely too tall to be taking a hoodie off.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I am I'm about to take this off.
It's hot.
It is hot as balls.
It is hot. Yeah, it is. It is not ideal.
True. No. We got a fan there that apparently don't work.
It works. It's just entirely too loud and entirely too powerful.
That's what she said.
I just tried to turn it on its lowest setting, and it blew our entire background away.
Wow, that's really cool, man. I'm excited for Sunday, man.
Awesome.
I love when we have stuff like that, man. I just think it's really cool. I think it's a great thing, and maybe
it's gonna be a good time. That's a lot of bands, man. That's a stacked day.
And most of them are all like acoustic acts up front,
Yep.
and then a couple bands in the end. So and Reese, man, I love that kid, man. He's actually changed his thing now. He goes by Kobi Reese now. He doesn't just use the Reese thing. He did send me an email. I've literally been out of it with everything going on with me. But so Kobe's going to be here, and that kid is, I don't even know how old he is now. What's he, like 3? The kid's been
I
like,
want to say 12, 11. 12.
he's got 11 or 12. This kid can jam, man, from the drums to the guitar. I mean, this kid
Does
is
it all.
he's just a prodigy,
Yeah,
man. He's an
he
absolute
does it all.
prodigy. And I love having him back. And I hope one of these days when he makes it, he comes back because he's
Great
a good kid,
entertainer
man.
too.
He
a
is.
great,
He's fun, man.
fantastic entertainer. He
Yep.
he gets it. He's another one of these young kids that kind of embodies the '80s, and it's always good to see.
Absolutely.
You know, always good to see.
It's
it
always
living on.
good influence from the parents. You know?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
You want to give you want to take care of that read number one and
Yes,
get
we're
it out
gonna
of the way?
Shout out to our sponsors, Michael Kelly Guitars. Thank you to Michael Kelly Guitars and Steve Pisani of Radio Flashback,
Uncle
the
Steve.
Uncle
head
Steve.
honcho there at Michael Kelly Guitars. You can check them out at michaelkellyguitars.com. They have electrics, acoustics, hybrids, and more. They have all of your guitar wants and desires. Also, shout out to Absolute Vodka, available at our concession stand for $10 a can. The Absolute Mango Mule, Grapefruit Paloma, and Pineapple
Oh, you fucked up my thing.
Martini.
That was
Look at the
Sparkling,
percentage.
ready to drink.
I know
man.
people say $10, bro. It's a 10%. It's like
Look
at
it's like
that
getting
percentage.
two drinks.
That is the way to do it.
It is
if
like
you're
buying 2 drinks
if
at
you are
once.
a smart consumer.
So-
Affairs approves.
So we now have we have Jeff Beck fans. Jeff Beck,
Hell yeah.
I mean, dude, Jeff Beck
Hell
is
yeah.
the man. You know what I mean, this is we have a lot of tribute acts here, and I always say, there's not a lot of certain tribute acts. Like nobody does this. This is the first time I've ever heard of a Jeff Beck. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know anybody
that's
else
true.
doing it.
I
Yeah,
was
true.
lucky to see Jeff Beck back in 2018. This is like not,
Oh wow! So I
not
never
too
saw
far
Jeff.
before the end. It was him. Listen to this lineup: him, Paul Rogers, and
Oh.
Ann Wilson.
Oh, wow.
What a show!
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
What a show!
Where was
Yeah.
that at?
Waterfront.
Really?
Yeah, great stuff, man.
Wow, that's a cool show. I don't remember that one.
That's an interesting show. For the
Yeah, it is.
And I'll
Yeah,
tell
it
you
is.
what. Normally, I don't like being on the lawn, but for that,
I'm
I
a big
was-
Paul Rogers fan too. So
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
he was great.
Yeah, that's awesome,
yeah.
man. Yeah, but Jeff is just, I mean, it's some of the most classic music, some of the great songs that we all know and we've all, grown up with. And to be able to have a group of really good musicians out there, pushing this music. Like I said, we get 100 Aussies, we get 100 ACDCs,
Mhm.
Kiss bands. Every time you turn around, there's another Kiss band now. And it's like, finally, here's something new. Jeff Beck, man. Joe Morrison said
Hell
he was at
yeah.
that
Of
show.
course he was.
Oh,
was.
of course he was. Well,
Well,
He
I'll
doesn't
tell
want
you
to tell anybody, but him and CT used to just go all the time together. They would just
As
meet up in
far
the
as-
parking lot,
as far
I feel
as-
like he lives there.
work their way in backstage, however they had to.
As far as not having too many tributes to Jeff Beck, maybe there's a reason. I mean, it's hard. And those are
Yeah,
big shoes
yeah.
to fill.
And they're
Maybe
big
a Stevie
songs.
Ray Vaughan and,
Yeah.
and something like that.
Yeah.
Like, it would be tough. It's hard to do a tribute like when it's one person is such a focal piece of it. Where you have to have either the look of them as well as the skill. Any combination of these things to find somebody like that that's so iconic. It's like,
Yeah.
we had one Eric Clapton tribute, and I've never seen another one since then.
And Beck
that's
was
the
another
one
one
to
that's kind of like
replace
that. How do
Clapton.
you
Yeah,
do Clapton?
Yeah, yeah, true.
It's the same
True.
thing. Hendrix. There's only a couple people that are doing that because
And nobody ever does it
know?
perfectly well.
No.
Like, you can't,
No.
you can't. But
there's a lot of groups
but-
like that where it's
but
like,
you get some of these groups. Like I'll go back to this weekend with the Doobie Brothers
Yes.
tribute. These
Oh,
guys
yes.
were phenomenal.
Fantastic.
I mean, their voices were on, the harmonies were on,
Mhm.
the band was phenomenal, man. They were they were good. And I feel like Lou is going to be that Jeff Beck guy that's going to give you Jeff Beck.
Yeah.
And that's what you want.
Oh, yeah.
When somebody's paying tribute to an act like that and they're trying to give you that Jeff Beck experience, I mean, that's kind of what you want. And I do feel like we're going to get it. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a really great show, and I'm looking forward to it. Now, do we have Lou on, Case?
We do. We have. I think we have 3 people on. Give me one.
Oh, more than Lou?
Nice.
Yes, we have Lou, Mitch, and Don.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Mitch and Don. All right.
Right.
Bass and drums.
Look at that. There it is. There it is. The celebration of Jeff Beck. That's Friday, April 12th, 8 p.m. The doors open at 7. Tickets are still on sale. This is going to be a good show, man. If you love music,
Oh, let me.
hey, what's
We got
going
all
on,
four.
guys?
Look
Oh,
at
look at
this.
we got 4 of you.
There you go.
Are you guys rehearsing or what?
There you go. There you go. That's better. My name's Lou.
How you doing, Lou?
Good, good. Nice to see you guys. This is our drummer, Don Plowman.
Okay.
Okay. This is our bass player, Mitch Shelley.
All right.
And the guy that's right in the middle of the camera here, that's the biggest. This is our manager, Mr. John Ruby.
Hey, John. How you
Hello.
doing, brother?
Doing great. So
Good. Hey, man. Thank you guys for coming on, man. We were just talking about, Jeff Beck, and some of the music, and CT was lucky enough to see him at the waterfront with Paul Rogers. I love
Yeah,
Paul
man.
Rogers. So with Paul Rogers and Ann Wilson back, not a few years back. So I mean, it's just we have so many tribute bands that hit us up all the time. Nobody's ever doing anything like this, and that's why we love bands like you, because you're giving us Jeff Beck. No one gives us Jeff Beck. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Everyone. I had a million AC/DC bands, a million everything, but when you hear something like Jeff Beck, you're like, dude, we got to book him.
Yeah.
We got to, we got to hear this, and we got to see, because. And I got to ask you, Lou.
yeah,
You've been around for a little while. It says here, right?
I have been around a long time.
Yeah, it says you played with a man named Robert Hazard.
I was with Robert back in the 80s.
Yeah. You might remember the little blonde-headed kid that was with him a lot, and my Uncle Vaughn. That was me.
Oh, really?
Uncle Rob. Hell yeah. Yep. Unfortunately, of course, we lost him in 2008.
Oh,
May he rest in peace. But yeah, that's so fucking cool, man. I
yeah,
can't.
man, I had the whole Philly thing I was doing back in the 80s. And
Were you on any of his albums, or you just do
I was on the Darling album.
Oh, okay, excellent. Yeah, that was a good. I remember getting that album. He sent me that. I was in the military at the time, and he would always send me the cassettes and stuff, and T-shirts. Like I remember when they did the Live Aid. I got like all kinds of T-shirts from him and shit. It's just I miss him, man. He
was a good guy. He's gone too soon.
Way too soon, but we all know he was. I say it to everyone, and especially somebody I know that smokes. Hey, man, he was a true chain smoker. Nobody like Uncle Rob would hit a cigarette and light it with the other cigarette. And always wanted his guitar. It's and you're right. He's gone way too soon. And
Yeah.
but dude, so besides having you play Jeff Beck, man, it means a lot to me personally to have you in the building. That really means a lot, man.
Thank you so much for your kindness. This was an interesting undertaking because I think for about 40 years, I always in my live show would cover a couple Beck tunes, and people would go, "Man, you should do more with that. You should try." And it was always hard getting personnel together that could play, especially things like Blow by Blow and Wired and Derek Back and all these. So you gotta have guys that not only play the rock stuff but also play the jazz stuff. So that's what we kind of concentrated on. And after we kind of put that together, we were like, man, nobody's doing this shit. We might as well get it out there. And
no, nobody is, and that's what's awesome. So you've been playing since it says you were 9 years old. So when did you first come in contact with Beck's music? Like when do you remember around what age? Like when you first started?
Oh yeah, man, I've been playing since 1964.
Yeah, baby.
Wow.
Before I was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way before he was born.
I actually was in a band in 1967, and I played a teen dance every Saturday in Hatboro, Pennsylvania,
Oh wow.
for money when I was 12.
Oh yeah.
That's great.
I remember speaking to Uncle Rob, he did I'll never forget it. I wanted to date this girl, and I got to date her because I got to bring her to Dancing on Air because Rob was playing on Dancing on Air. I'm like, yay, I get to and then I never saw the girl again after that. So.
Well, I also was in Pretty Poison.
Oh, really?
Wow.
So well, Uncle Vaughn, they did that album too.
Right, and we had a big Catch Me I'm Falling, and then I did Arsenio and American's Bandstand and stuff.
Yeah. I forgot they did that album too. Yeah, it was my uncle produced that album too.
All the Hollywood stuff.
That's really cool. I forgot all about Pretty Poison.
And that was miles away from Jeff Beck. I mean,
oh yeah.
I actually said to the guys, the other day was that since doing the Beck thing, this is the first time I've ever done just a focal point guitar thing. Where not only do you have to sound like Jeff Beck. I mean, I've been playing without a pick for about 8 months now. which is a whole different thing.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, and it's you know, it's definitely, it's learning a whole new way. But I think the beauty of having and I think the others would attest to this as well, of having a tribute like this, is that other tributes, you know, and God bless them, they have to stick to note. The people that come, they want to hear that Journey solo. They want to hear that AC/DC solo. With us, if you went back and looked at Jeff Beck a couple shows, his improv is improv.
Yes.
You might do a couple things from the album here and there, but that's the most fun of doing this, is that we really get to improvise, and we really get to stretch, and we really get to have fun.
How long has this group right here been together?
What do you think, Don?
Since October 2022 is when the Lou Franco project had just finished doing an outdoor concert, and Lou had drifted off from one thing to another, and in between this and that. And after the show was over, some guy who was just out in the audience came up and said to Lou, "Damn, man, I never heard you play guitar before. That was awesome." And then he goes, and then he says, and by the way, was that some Jeff Beck I heard you drift off to there? And Lou tells him, yeah, you have a good ear. And he said, oh man, he says, that was awesome. So when everything was done, I said to Lou on the way out, so to speak, I said, so what do you think about doing something like that at the Jeff Beck tribute? And your answer to me was, and I think somebody here already said it, Jeff Beck is really hard, man. You gotta, I would love to do it, man, but you got to find the right cats to be able to pull this off. And maybe 2 weeks later, he called me on the phone and he said, oh, you son of a bitch, that's all I've been thinking about for the last 2 weeks. And these guys right here are the cats that he found that can pull this off.
Yeah, these musicians are just like the top guys that
well, let me ask you then, Don, Mitch, what you guys, what is your background in music? Like, have you played with any bands we know? Have you been in the local scene in Philly?
Let me bring it up there for you, brother. There you go.
Well, you want to go?
No, you
Yeah,
go.
I'll go. So I spent most of my younger years. I was in the Navy band, and I
The Village People.
You
played with the Village People.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it was.
So I spent 20 years in the Navy band. So I actually retired from as a Navy musician.
That's actually really cool, man. Hey, thank you for your service, brother.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
Thank you. But that was in '96, and then I came to the Lehigh Valley here. I'm originally from Rhode Island, but I'd been away from home for a long time. Ended up in the Lehigh Valley, had some family ties in the valley, and then I played with a lot of tribute bands here in the valley. So I was doing an Eric Clapton tribute band and a Jimi Hendrix tribute band and a Tom Petty and a whole slew of them, and got the chance to do some gigs with G.E. Smith and some others, but so mostly just kind of doing a bunch of tribute things. And the other band that I'm involved in, besides Lou in this project, played with Jimmy Leahy, who's one of the guitar players from Dennis DeYoung.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So we just had Sticks here.
Did you?
Yes, they actually they rehearsed here and left here for their tour.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they all met up here. They set up all their gear, checked it out. Yeah. So of course, Dennis isn't with them, of course, anymore. But they're still. Let me tell you, they blew it. We basically had a private show. About 5 of us watched. And man, they are still, man. I will tell you, Tommy Shaw still sounds like he's 20 years old singing, man. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
he looks that way too,
doesn't he? He does.
So,
he does.
So but while I was an interesting tie to the Jeff Beck show. My first Navy band was Navy Band San Francisco back in the mid to late 70s. And that was at the same time that Narada Michael Walden came to town. And Narada Michael Walden, if you remember, he took Billy Cobham's place in the Mahavishnu Orchestra way back in those fusion days. And he was like 20 years old when he did that. So he was like one of my heroes. Well, Narada Michael Walden is the drummer on Wired.
Oh,
Yeah, and he wrote, and Narada wrote like what 3 or 4 of the tunes on the album.
really?
Yeah. So I got to actually study with with one of Jeff Beck's drummers. So that
That's
was
awesome, man.
Yeah.
yeah. so that-
Wow. Well, that's fucking cool. Well, like, so, and too, like, we drummer wise, and we both play the drums and a little guitar and everything. But I tell you, man, that's a great drummer right there. There's a lot of great drummers out there. We talk about it all the time. I mean, just again, having Sticks here, having Todd here, probably one of the greatest drummers alive right now. I mean, that guy plays and holds his sticks traditional. And you're like, how do you play like that? I don't. Because the only I was in a fife and drum corps when I was like 10, and that's the only time I ever held my sticks like that.
Yeah.
But it's amazing, dude. Oh, I can't wait to hear you play, brother.
Well, thank you.
How about you, Mitch?
Like I would say, like I was in high school, and then the thing that got me more into the jazz thing was the beginning. I played trombone in the band, and then we had a jazz band, and the teacher. He bought a bunch of albums, and like the one I gravitated to the most was the Billy Cobham Spectrum album, which has the one that we do Stratus. Like,
oh yes,
like, and so Jeff Beck has always been doing that. I remember, sadly to say, I remember being with a girlfriend one time and like playing that in the car, and she hated it.
I know that feeling.
However,
here comes the allergy
I
cough.
do know that feeling.
But,
I can't laugh.
It's just sort of like the way it is with that. But even this past summer, we were sadly to say we were playing as a trio, just doing the Lou Franco project, and the girl goes to me like, "Oh, what kind of music are we playing?" And I said, we do some Zeppelin, some, the rock stuff. And I said, we do some Jeff Beck, and she goes, "Well, who's that?"
Oh.
It's like, nevertheless, I did mention the Yardbirds, and I said, well, you know who Jimmy Page is, and you know who Eric Clapton, and I said, well, he was the guy in the middle, and well, I just but make a long story short, through my years, I play some upright bass, and I've been doing the jazz scene, I've done the rock scene. However, I went after I retired, like I just basically went back into the rock because there's a little bit more money involved where you can make some more money. The thing was always you're either playing for hardly any money, or there's hardly money in the restaurant. It's usually like trios or whatever, but always loving it. But growing up, I always did listen. The Blow by Blow album was definitely just a highlight when I was in high school. It was my senior year in high school when that came out, and it was just how can you not listen? It's like one of those albums that they did back in the 75 and 76 eras where like every song on the album is great.
We were just talking, Steve and I, actually earlier today, about how when you look at the 60s, 70s, even kind of into the 80s, there were so many just great guitar players.
Yeah.
You get into the 90s and the 2000s, and you're like, all right, well, who's your generation's Jeff Beck? And they're like, who'd you say it was?
John Mayer.
He said John Mayer. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
He's a great player, that kid.
Yeah. So you know what? His pedals sound so good. They sound phenomenal. The guy's got 900 pedals in front of him.
He does actually.
He literally
runs
does.
that crazy ass board.
He does.
Yeah, but I mean, you're just talking about Jeff Beck, Jimi Hendrix. You're talking about Jimmy Page. You're talking about people that, you couldn't pick a guitar player back then. You couldn't say who's the best. Like, I don't fucking know, man. Everyone's great. And now it's like, nobody even plays a guitar anymore.
Yeah. I think
AI.
But I think there's guitar players out there that don't get recognition like they used to. Like I just
but they used to
Warren
because
Hayes.
Yeah, but they used to because Warren Hayes isn't like that old.
But what I'm saying is he's the newer kind of.
Yeah, but he's no Jeff Beck.
No, nobody's Jeff.
That's what I'm saying, man. You can't. There's nothing. There was so many great guitar players back then. Now, I mean, even think you sit there and say Jimi Hendrix. People still say greatest guitar player. The guy had one little metal button he would hit on the floor every once in a while. That would just destroy everything. Then he'd go back to a clean
80s,
tone.
Man, you did have Steve Vai. You had Eddie Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen. Nobody will ever
Yeah, but
that might have been the last great. I mean,
they're still
Slash.
coming out of the 70s,
Yeah.
though. Those still, their bands coming out of the 70s.
Yeah.
They aren't bands that came out of the 80s, came out of the 90s, So I'm saying it's changed. Times have changed. And for guys like you to keep this music going, I thought,
Absolutely.
we literally had an amazing Grateful Dead tribute here on Saturday. I mean, these guys were phenomenal, man. They're called Half Step. You ever get a chance to see them? The guys are great.
Okay.
We had kids in the audience. We had a kid, 12 years old, danced the whole fucking time, man.
Awesome.
The whole time.
Awesome.
That's the future, man. That's what we got to hit. We got to get these kids away from the Taylor Swift and listening to Jeff Beck and understanding what real guitar sounds like, what real, jazz music coming together
Improv.
sounds like.
Improv.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, let's face it. Why play the thing unless you're going to create on the thing?
Yeah,
It's true.
Right?
true. Absolutely.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, I listen. God bless everybody that's doing the No for No tribute. You got to do that because people, that's part of that gig.
Yeah.
The real spice when you get into like Grateful Dead or any of the Jam stuff or any of the Beck stuff or that area, it's an improv thing.
Yep.
And it's a chop thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's having more vocabulary to be able to try and play that. I mean, Beck is almost too hard to copy.
Oh, there is no
So
copy.
I get you into the area. Let me ask you this: are you guys going to be at this show?
Oh, hell yeah. Well, you're looking at your video lighting and guys here.
Oh,
and then, I own the place, but I also lend a hand in the production of every show too.
Oh,
so
great.
because I'm a hands-on, like my uncle was. I'm very hands-on with everything. I try to make sure everything's right and we do the right thing. And Steve is our lighting guy. And then we have Bob as our front of house guy. CT is a good friend of ours on the show. He's very big with the local musicians in the area. So he's our local connection for everyone here that watches the show. Yeah, shout out to Bob. Our front of house guy's phenomenal. But what's funny is you were just saying that, and I was just thinking, what it brought me back to, and I know we've mentioned this a couple of times here. We had George Lynch here, and George is coming back for his final tour. He's finishing up here. There he is. Love George. Talking about another man.
Ready on a,
yeah, he's just an amazing guitarist. But there was a point in his set. He played way over what he usually plays here. But there's a point in his set when the singer, like the guy was sick and he really needed to go off and just get some tea or something. And George just went into an improv. Mm-hmm. And then Jaron, who's a good friend of mine, his bass player, and I forget the guy on drums who was phenomenal. They're just staring at him. And George turns around and looks at me and goes, "You going to fucking join in or what?" And you can see these guys were like, "What do we do?" You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden they started, he started hitting the bass that, "Okay, I got it. And it was a great tune. Right. But it literally, George just knew, man, I'm just going to improvise. And then he's like, "Yo, you guys can, let's make this work here." So, and it was phenomenal, man.
Have some fun.
It was phenomenal. And who else we had from is other. We've had a couple of really great guitar players. He's coming back too. Joel Hoekstra's coming back. I don't know if you're.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Joel play? But I don't think the guitar plays Joel Hoekstra. He just holds the guitar in his hand and it just sings. I mean, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, White Snake, all the stuff that guys play. I watched him here with his acoustic thing that he did the one time, and he was phenomenal. But he came here for what was it from Broadway? The Rock of Ages was a Broadway show he did. And man, he just destroyed that guitar. I was like, and he doesn't move. It's like you never see his fingers move. It's just like he's going so fast. But we really appreciate great guitar players here. It's something we strive to see and we really love. I can't wait to see you play, bro. I cannot wait.
Jeff Beck, we do Jeff Beck. So I think you guys do it.
That's a lot to do, man. That's a lot to do. It's not an easy task.
A lot of thumb work.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
That is true. Yeah.
So the only thing I use a pick on is Scatterbrain at the moment, because Scatterbrain has that hard lick, and it's got to be even Beck picks up a pick for Scatterbrain.
Okay, all right. Well, that makes sense. Okay, finger picking is not an easy thing, man. Using the fingers, it's a tough. And I'm sure you're getting calluses by now.
Yeah, I got a split thumb and a split finger.
Yeah, you start getting it when you start playing that way.
Yeah,
that's all. Now, real quick, because I want to get back to Mitch real quick. So, Mitch, you said you played the upright bass too?
Yes.
Yeah. So was that more of a jazz thing too at that point?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It's a whole new fingering. Actually, I use the fingering that I use when I use the upright, and I use the same thing on the electric now, which sometimes gets in the way. But it just the thing I wanted to say about this, which is really nice, like with the jazz thing is a beautiful thing. But if you're not like one of the top cats, that are really on the level of that everybody knows, you're just struggling all the time, and you're playing like, sometimes you're just background, or you're playing, you have to be quiet.
Yeah.
So the nice thing about this thing that we're doing, the interaction with all of us in the band is a beautiful thing, where you're able to listen to each other and sort of, you're sitting, you're laying it down so that Lou can really do his thing, or sometimes, and then the interaction with Don here with the drums, but the best thing about it is like you can really dig in and you can play your ass off, which is like a nice thing to be able to do, and nobody's going to tell you can't do it.
Yeah.
If it makes any sense to you. You can put it
Oh,
on.
hell yeah.
Like when you're talking about Hendrix, I love Hendrix because of the passion he put into
Yep.
it. I mean, when you watch him do the Star Spangled Banner at Woodstock, like to me, and they show that close up of him, even though he probably has an idea of what he's going to do, he's in the moment, and he's using the feedback from his amp and everything and making that happen.
And the acid was helping too.
Well, maybe so. But
There are other things. I think there's a couple
it
things.
made sense.
My allergies are so bad.
Holy God, this guy is really telling it like it is.
Yeah, no, you're right.
All his stuff he went through probably in the war, when he and then they put him down for it, which is wrong.
Absolutely, yep.
I got a couple quick trivia.
Oh, we got some
ready.
Beck trivia real quick, man.
Now you guys are going to know these answers, so I just wanted to see if our viewers know it. Maybe you guys know it. Who was the original singer for the Jeff Beck group?
Rod Stewart, yeah.
I knew they were going to know it.
Rod Stewart?
Rod Stewart.
What year was that?
68.
68. Wow.
They did
before the Faces. Him and Ronnie Wood before the Faces.
Yeah, Ron Wood was the bass player.
Yeah, he's a great bass player.
Great bass.
Well, we had what's his name here? Carmine the piece here. He played with Stewart. He actually wrote he was actually the person credited with writing If You Want My Body and You Think I'm Sexy. Yeah.
You actually already answered my next question. What famous musician that played here did Beck do an album with?
Oh yeah.
Carmine
the piece. Yeah, Carmine's a great dude, man. I don't know, dude. It's Don, right? Drummer Don. I don't know if you ever met Carmine a piece, but man, he's phenomenal, dude, man. You talk about a cool cat. That dude is like, he's a good dude, man.
Yes.
Yeah, we talked with him. We just sat in my restaurant next door and talked for about a good hour, just bullshitting. And he's just such a nice guy. And then his brother came, Vinny came, and Vinny came with his own drum set. Carmine used one of ours, and I told him, I said, "Yeah, your brother used one of ours." And Vinny's like, "Yeah, it's because he's a cheap fuck."
Yeah, we got him to play on a Vista Light again.
Yeah, we got him on a Vista Light. Believe it or not,
I'd never play on one of these again. I swore.
But dude, he sounded great. He really did. He did like a drum clinic, and it was a really fun night. He's a great dude. But that's so cool, man. That's so cool. What else you got?
Last question. I want to give these guys a chance before you guys answer.
I have no idea.
We brought up Blow by Blow.
Yep.
Who produced that album?
Who produced the album? Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
Very famous producer.
Oh, really?
The Beatles' George Martin.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did Wired too.
Part of
it.
Yeah.
Most of it.
Yeah.
Now, did they record that in the United States, or did they record that in England?
I didn't get that. But
wow, I didn't know that. That's a good one.
Yep. I was actually, when I was on tour with Pretty Poison, I was on tour. We opened up for Billy Ocean for maybe a month or two on the road, and the drummer was Philip Bailey, who's the drummer on Blow by Blow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. See, that's what happens, man. It's so cool, and it's so cool owning this place and being a part of everything, because we get to meet not only guys like you, but we get to meet some of these guys that have created this music throughout the years. It's really awesome. I can't say it yet, but I can say it on the 11th. we have one of those great artists coming back.
Wow.
And it's just like, we happen to get them here, and they come, they play, and they want to come back. Again, it's like George Lynch, he's like, I want to finish my tour there. What do I do? We actually have, believe it or not, he'll be on in another 30 minutes. We have Doyle from the Misfits, as also known as Doyle Von Frankenstein. Talk about the opposites of Jeff Beck. You know what I mean? But there he is. Look at this guy. That's fucking. I love this guy, man. He's crazy. But look, here's a guy, man. He's out there and he's killing it, man. But he's still out there playing that music. And I don't know if people know, he was with the band since back in the 80s. He was the roadie.
Yep.
He started as a roadie for the band, playing with Danzig.
Wow.
Yeah, and then he went on to, now he's doing his own thing out there doing the music. So it's really cool. We get to meet a lot of really cool people, and I'm looking forward to the show, man. I really am. Lou, I'm looking forward to meeting you, brother.
Yes, Lou, we're looking forward to it. We want to thank you for your and Kathy as well, for your consideration and having us, because we're very excited to play. We have a number of dates coming up, kind of all over the place. So,
that's good
to play to your beautiful theater.
You'll get some. Casey goes around actually during the show, and she takes a lot of really great video and stuff, and you can use that to promote with as well. So you'll have some. If you go on our Facebook or Instagram, any of those things, and you see some of those videos, they're all taken by Casey, and really it's a great promotional tool for bands as well.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Real quick, let's just tell everybody watching. We get a lot of people that tune in as the week goes on. A lot of people don't watch this live; they watch it like the next day or the next days after. It's Truth, a celebration of Jeff Beck. It's Friday, April 12th. That's this Friday at 8 p.m. Doors open at 7. Tickets are still on sale. Tickets will be available at the door. If you love music, man, I have a feeling you're going to see some damn good musicians, man. Yep. Some really damn good musicians. And coming out of real quick, Lou, where are you at? Are you out of Jersey or Pennsylvania? Where are you from?
I live in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania.
Is that where you grew up?
No, I'm from Warminster, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I'm in Bucks County, where I grew up. But I live up here in the kind of in the Poconos.
Okay. Yep. That's just Steve's grandparents have a place up there.
From like Quakertown area.
So you're all local to the area, though. Pretty much Philly music boys. Yeah.
Good. To the area. But we can't thank you guys enough for, as I said, for your support and consideration and having us. And you guys want to say anything parting?
Yeah, can I say one quick thing? I always loved Jeff Beck all through the years and used to listen to him all the time. But there's this movie out, it's the story about his whole life. And the beauty of it is it starts from his beginning, and he interacts between his working on his cars to take a break, and then he goes back to playing. But the best thing about this whole movie, it's positive all the way through. You're never bored watching any of it, and it goes through all the different bands.
What's the name of it?
I wish I should have. If you just look up and you're, look for it. It's the one that starts with the cars. He's working on a car, and then he goes.
Okay.
If you can find, there's like only a couple out there, but it's a DVD.
It's like a documentary.
It's a documentary, but
we'll have to watch that.
There's no negative. There's no drugs. There's no partying. It's all about like putting the music out there, and it tells. There's interesting things that you'll find if you like them that you never knew about. That's brought up into it. You understand?
Oh, awesome! Yeah.
But real quick, the thing that made him want to do the Blow by Blow record was he was working on his car and he heard the Miles Davis. It was on the radio. Some of the one cut from the first thing from the tribute to Jack Johnson, and then when about a minute in, you hear the bass line going which is done by Michael Henderson. It's going dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum, and they jam over that, and that's the bass line that is used in Freeway Jam.
Okay.
So those are the kind of things sort of like that are in this movie that.
Oh, we got to find out what this is called.
It's called Music and Cars.
What's it called?
Music and Cars.
Well,
Music and Cars.
It's definitely the story about Jeff Beck, his whole life.
Music.
Oh, I got to watch that, man.
If you do, you'll really enjoy it. And it's like, I remember seeing it, they put it on during COVID, cable channel they gave you a free whatever from one of those.
Yeah.
And I went out and bought it. I wish I knew the exact title, but there's not that many, but it's the one, it's definitely, and it tells his story about where he actually was playing. He was
Maybe it's still on the run. Still on the run?
Huh?
Is it called Still on the Run?
Could be. I don't.
Well, listen,
They're trying to look it up real quick.
Yeah. Okay.
we're gonna look it up.
But the thing I wanted to say was
but
like,
before-
hear me out on this.
Hear me out on this, brother.
He was playing. He was.
Before you shut us off.
He was playing. Well, he was messing around on the drums. This is told in the story. So he was messing around on the drums, and Stevie Wonder comes back in, and that's how he wrote "Superstition" over.
Oh, really?
Yes. So that's why.
There is superstition.
You know, like
Riding on the wall.
that's why the movie is so great. You will see, like,
And we're gonna do superstition.
yeah, right.
Are you really?
Jersey, come on,
Dude,
Chap.
that would be great.
Guitar player, you play an instrument. You want to see some hot stuff going down with the Jeff Beck thing? Come on out. This is a
Hell yeah.
sophisticated audience and a rock audience. Come on out.
Yeah, man. I can't we can't wait, man. Thank you guys all again for coming on. Yeah, I look forward to meeting you when you get here. And look, have safe travels, and hopefully the building is still here when you get here, because again, we have Doyle Von Frankenstein the night before. So
Yes.
who knows? You know, we might not have a roof. I don't know.
I may change my name to Lou Frankenstein.
There you go. Hey, look, man, we love you guys. We can't wait to meet you
Love
again,
you guys
Lou.
too. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lou, for everything, man.
Take care,
Take care,
brother.
guys. Again,
Okay.
everyone. Jeff Beck.
All right.
Celebration of Jeff Beck. That is Friday, April 12th. This Friday from 7. Doors open at 7. Excuse me. The show starts at 8. It is going to be one hell of a show, man.
See you
I'm looking
guys.
so forward to it. Take care, guys. Yeah, I didn't know you were going to play that.
Sorry.
Surprise.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. Steve has disappeared once again. He is gone. He is gone. Where are we at
He's trying to
here?
save us from the heat.
So do you want me to read too?
Yeah, go for it.
So next week's upcoming shows, one of my favorite bands, The Doors. Crystal Ship, The Doors Experience, April 19th. April 20th is the Miss Tri-City Pageant 2024.
Oh, I forgot about that coming up. Yeah.
Following April 26th, you got Desire, the Bob Dylan tribute. And then on the 27th, Street Fighters with our Rolling Stones tribute show. A lot of great stuff coming up, guys. You can check out everything on the website. Tickets are flat rate at this point, right?
Yeah. No fees and stuff. What you pay is what you get at the door or online. So you don't have to worry about a lot of people call and they're like, oh man, can I save money? It doesn't matter. You order it online, order it or get it when you come here. Same price all around, which is good. I'm glad because, it's one of the things that I think is hurting the live music scene was the fees and all that. Exactly. Casey is put up. We have free parking. There's a lot. There's a lot we offer here.
I got to bring that up, the free parking thing. So you guys know I went to WrestleMania over the weekend. Parking was $80.
That's ridiculous.
That's insane.
That's ridiculous.
They just know you
for
have no
parking.
other choice, so they do it.
Exactly right.
That's crazy.
$80 for parking.
That is ridiculous.
It's like you may as well just Uber there and spend the money on the Uber.
Oh, it'd be
not
cheaper if
drive.
you Ubered. It would have been
we
less.
kept
than
going. We should have taken the train over. We should have did
Yep.
this
Uber
or
would
that.
cost
But
$80
once
if
you're
you were in your car.
there, you have no choice.
Yeah, you don't have
Yeah.
it. You have to park. You
don't.
got to pay it. That was the cheapest you could find.
That was the cheap lot.
Wow, man, that's insane. Why are we giving away free parking? What the fuck is wrong with us?
I don't know, but
If I get 50 cents a spot, I'd be happy. Oh man, real quick. You know what? While we got a couple minutes here, let's I'm gonna go ahead with upstairs at Casey Ray's. Like right now, going on is Jimmy Graham's comedy night. I saw Eric Potts was in the house. Eric Potts is an old friend of ours. We love him to death. He's up there doing some comedy tonight. It's Jimmy Graham's open mic comedy roast on Tuesdays, 6 o'clock. Sign up, 7 o'clock show. And then starting next week on Tuesday, right after Jimmy, we roll right into karaoke.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's going to be kind of like Jimmy's thing, and then we can keep a karaoke crowd. Hopefully we'll build a little crowd for both events, which would be really cool. And then Wednesday is going to be open mic dynamite once again with, Donnie Rocket, I think, is in the house. I think I think Dylan's off. I believe he's off this week. At some point, he was leaving somewhere. But open mic, I remember all are welcome open mic. It doesn't matter if you're a rapper, if you're a harmonica player, if you're, a rock band. There is a drum set. There's amps available. Just come plug in and play, man. Have a good time. Thursdays. So Thursdays have changed here. It has become the R&B Ladies Night Out every Thursday from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. $10 for guys. Ladies, you're free until 10:30. And then it's $10. And again, this is next door, attached to the theater. This is upstairs at Casey Ray's, Thursday nights, Ladies Night Out. And I'll drop the ball, and maybe once every few months, we're going to have the all-male review for the ladies on Ladies Night too. So they can have a little bit more fun with that. And then Fireball Fridays are of course, every Friday's Fireball Fridays here at upstairs at Casey Ray's. And that is $4 Fireball shots from 8 to 10:30, Fireball giveaways. And again, that's $10 to get in as well. There it is. Dude, I love that graphic. It looks so cool, man. Fireball shots. And then we have a blood drive. The next one is April 18th. And that is the American Cross Blood. We have that upstairs at Casey Ray's. And when does that usually start, Casey? What time do we usually start? At 10 o'clock or 11?
12 to 5 p.m.
12 to 5 p.m. So it's 12 to 5 p.m. You can sign up online. There's always a link from our Facebook or one of our web pages if you want to be able to find a way to get there, or just go to redcross.org and you can sign up and give blood there. I think I can give blood again. I don't know with the heart thing if I can or not. I have to ask.
Much better, by the way.
I have to ask. What was it off? Oh, why? Yeah, why?
Dude, these thermostats are fucking terrible. I'll tell you.
It does feel a lot better.
They do whatever they want, whenever they want, and never the right thing.
But again, that's upstairs to Casey Ray's, and I'm like I said, I can't tell you that. Come out, have fun. The weekends are packed. I can tell you that if you're looking to come out and have some fun and meet new people or hang out with some people or maybe find you a date or whatever, it's the place to come. It is packed, and there's a lot of great people here. And again, ladies' night, ladies. On Thursdays, you don't have to pay up till 10:30. So get here and yeah. Oh yeah. Well, what a night! What a night! Oh, what a night! Oh man. So we got coming up here in about another 15 minutes. We have Doyle coming on from the amazing Doyle band. I'm excited for this.
So am I.
I'm
a big Misfits fan.
Well, I was I played in a punk rock band. It was my first band. And, awesome. and that was in the 80s, and the Misfits were really kind of making it go. And I remember I used to have a jacket with I can't remember the name of the album. I think it was called Bullet, and it had JFK on the front of it. It was like the coolest album ever, man. And I used to have a jacket with like this big patch on the back of it. But we played and we used to play like Flipper and Dead Kennedys and Black Flag and all that stuff, And then the Misfits were right there going. And Doyle has been there from the beginning, man, as a kid. Yeah. Which is pretty fucking cool, man.
Misfits are one of those crossover bands for like my generation because they were always at like Vans Warped Tour. And stuff like that. They were always there. Them. Social Distortion was always there. Like bands like that, and it was always great to see them.
Hell yeah!
They were always a fantastic time. People would lose their fucking minds.
I want to see.
I can only imagine what's going to happen.
To tell us his favorite horror movie. Because the Misfits were always horror based, and I know we all love our horror movies.
Yeah, well, that's what the two 90s albums are like. There's so much I could talk to this dude about for days, man. When I tell you, there's so much that this is a very in-depth individual. I mean, very in-depth individual, man. It's pretty cool, man. But real quick, so while we still got a few minutes waiting on getting him on, we do have Get Poisoned is back. Do you have any video on them, Case, that we could show at least?
I do. You have 3 options. Which one do you want first? Mama Don't Dance, Nothing But a Good Time, or Every Rose?
Let's go with Mama Don't Dance right off the get-go.
All right.
Dude, these guys are really good, man. It's a shame they can't come on. Some of these guys have jobs at night, and it's unfortunate, and it sucks because it's a good promotional tool for them. But I really like this band, and I really like the guys that are in the band.
They were a great time,
and it is. They really are. They're a really good time, man. If
nothing but a good time.
Nothing but a good time. But again, if you're in the '80s metal and you really were a Poison fan, this is probably the definitive Poison tribute out there.
He
right now.
looks like
Oh,
Brett.
dude, he plays Brett so well, and you know I always harp on that sometimes. I'm like, I'm not so into the bands like pretending they're the band, but he does it the right way. You feel like you're watching. But like we have some of them that come on here, and every 5 seconds they're in a guitar solo, so the guy can run out and change his clothes, so he looks like what he looked. Oh, this is what he looked like the first time. Nobody gives a shit, man. You know and again, it's Saturday, April 13th, 7 o'clock doors, 8 o'clock show. The Poison Experience with a special guest, Lost Angeles.
Just wanted to show what he looks like.
The ultimate 80s arena rock experience. Oh, that's cool. So you're going to get a little bit more 80s rock up front.
I got a couple Poison trivia.
Can we go back to
questions.
those wigs real quick, though? Can we
Look at them?
The Lost? Look at those wigs, baby. That was a Temu haul. Whoa, baby. No, I'm looking forward to it, though, man. There's a couple great bands, but yeah, go for it, man.
What member of GNR auditioned for Poison?
No, well, I'm going to say it's got to be Slash.
It was Slash.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Slash and Poison?
Can you imagine them saying no to him?
It's like that commercial.
Yes.
Fuck, what commercial is
Remember that when he
It's the
plays with
easiest decision ever.
Yeah. You got another
no,
real
you're
quick.
hired.
Before you go with the question, let's see another video real quick since we got a couple minutes.
I'm going with nothing.
Nothing but a good time, baby. Whoa, I saw lips. Did you see that?
What?
The video, there's a big old pair of lips.
Oh, no.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, they really were a lot of fun. And we brought them back. And unfortunately, promotions went awry on them because their Facebook got taken down by Facebook for some, one of those restrictive things or whatever the fuck.
Undisclosed reasons.
So they lost a lot of their fans. So we're hoping we can really get people out for the show. So look, man, if you're an 80s person, you're somebody that comes to our shows and you love music the way we do, this is a band to come see and kind of get the word out, that they're playing because they're really worth it, man. It's a cheap date, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's not expensive. Again, free parking. Come see this band, man. What, you got another question?
Where was Brett Michaels born?
Brett
Is
Michaels.
it Jersey?
Not New Jersey.
No.
It's somewhere close to here, though.
I'm going to say Connecticut.
You think, Steve?
No, I feel like it's out west.
He's born on a fucking stump.
Harrisburg.
Pennsylvania.
Harrisburg?
Yeah, he's from Harrisburg.
Really? Why did I think it was like Oregon or something?
Because his name sounds like.
Yeah, right.
Poison's original name.
Not Poison. Get Poison.
It's not Harrisburg.
You know how old I am, right? Yeah.
Paris.
What is it?
Paris.
Paris
was the
like the
Poison's
city?
yeah.
That's stupid.
Oh,
I'm glad they changed that.
In Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania.
Okay, I can see
Yeah.
mechanics.
You
I
mean
feel like
they're
there's a lot
not
of people
from
born in Mechanicsburg.
Allentown?
You would think
Yeah.
they're from like LA or
Yeah, I don't know why I thought he was from Oregon. I have no idea why.
maybe it's
You got
cowboy hat.
fucking organs on your mind, man.
What? Jesus,
Let's look. Since we got time,
What's
why don't we
this
do our
time?
recap right now? Let's fucking do it,
Yeah.
man. That way we can give more time to Doyle. This guy, I can't wait to talk to this guy, man.
Look at us scrolling.
Recap. So let's just go to the Doobie Others, man. You got any video? Let's just straight off show a video. Dude, these guys were good, man. Musically, just perfect, man. You swear you were fucking watching the Doobie Brothers, and I've seen the Doobie Brothers, man. I'm telling you, this was fucking the Doobie Brothers.
Ready?
Yes, hell yeah. Dude, they were good, man.
So good.
They were so
Sounded
good.
fantastic, man.
Dude, they were so good, man. I really did. I love those guys a lot, man. They were, again, just couldn't have been nicer people. You know, great band, but man, they gave you the Doobie Brothers. Like I don't think
so
anybody
fun.
could give you
Yeah.
outside the Doobie Brothers.
Yeah.
But then came Saturday night, and that was a hell of a lot of fun, man. The half step, dude, was a full step of Grateful Dead, man.
It was
Dude,
a full
they were
step.
so good, man.
It was
and-
about 2 steps.
Dude, and they were just like such good. The whole band was great, man. They were just great dudes, man. From the time they walked in to the time they left, and they put on one hell. You got any good stuff on them, Case?
I do. Do you want me to just roll them right there?
Oh, just roll them through, man. Let
Deal.
people enjoy. You missed this one. You missed a good one, man. All right, dude. How great was that, man?
Dude.
When I tell you that was a show, if you were on anything, that was the show to be at because we killed it. Between that amazing band, the visuals we had going, the lights that were going, the sound that Bob got out of them, dude, it was a good show, man.
It's pretty sweet.
And
It was
I don't know if you noticed, but
pretty
the
sweet.
people dancing, like the one dude who was up front the whole time, just enjoying life, man. There was kids, man, like 12-year-old kids, just like jamming out to Grateful Dead.
That's great.
No, it's
Sorry.
good.
Is that our
It's
warning?
good. It's good for the future, man.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
That's my big thing. But no, they were two great bands. And again, thank you to both of the bands for coming out and keeping live music alive, especially when it comes to bands like that. Again, Doobie Brothers. It's like we're talking about with Jeff Beck. It's one you don't see much.
Yep.
You don't see that. There's a lot of Grateful Dead tributes out there. That are doing the Dead. But I mean, here's one that really does it the right way, man.
And I'll tell you, I mean, I
Good musicians, man.
Before every show, I go and try to watch, especially if these bands are still around, I try to watch kind of what they're doing. Obviously,
Yeah.
we go back and try to recreate a lot of old concerts. But if a band is still around and performing, I like to see kind of how they update to the times. And that was a better show than you're going to get from the Doobie Brothers right now.
Yeah.
I mean, even with being who they are,
man.
they're
They're almost
that was a tighter band. Yeah.
Yeah, man. They're up
And I mean,
there,
hey,
bro.
these guys were up there too. So
Like-
I can't really say that, but it's they were just extremely, extremely tight, like to the point of just it was a record. that you were
Yeah, Michael
listening to,
McDonald's
you know?
got to be in his 80s by now, right?
Yeah, I think they all are.
Yeah.
They're all up there. Everybody that's in the band. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Every single one.
see. Last time I saw him,
Yeah.
I can't remember where, but it was at the waterfront. I don't remember what year it was, but all I can tell you is he sounded great then, and it was
Mhm.
probably 90s, maybe early 2000s when I saw him the last time I saw him. I've seen him twice.
And they
And-
weren't bad. I mean, from what I heard, you know, like they were good shows and everything like that. But it wasn't as tight as this.
Yeah,
I mean,
they were
this
so
was
good,
like
man.
like you can tell these guys know what they're doing with this. you
And
know?
for you to love the Dead and had to miss it, dude, it sucks because
Oh,
that was such a
dude,
good
I
show,
want-
man.
I text Steve Sunday.
Yeah.
I said, "How were they?" Like,
Dude, it was like,
Yeah, he texted me on my deathbed.
yeah, you missed a good show, man. It was a really good show, man.
My recovery bed. I
Really,
guess.
really good show.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And no, I mean both shows, you know, thanks to Bruce and Guy, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Yep. Those guys are phenomenal, man. We really care about them a lot.
Absolutely.
So also this weekend again, we have 4 big things going on starting on Thursday, and then with Doyle, OTEP, and the Red Devil Vortex, and then we have the Jeff Beck tribute. If you want to bring that one up, Case, real quick, there it is. That's Truth, the celebration of Jeff Beck. That is Friday, and then Saturday we have Get Poisoned, the Poison Experience. We get looking forward to seeing these guys again, and then something I'm really excited about on Sunday, which is the K9 Association, Capital K9 Association's fundraiser to buy the hot and pop mechanisms.
Hot
and
and
that's
pop.
really cool, man. That's a cool thing to have, though,
Hell
man.
yeah.
It's a trunk monkey, man.
I like that
that-
you found that picture. That's
that
pretty
is-
cool.
What was it?
The hot and pop.
Yeah, dude, that's like the trunk monkey. I'm telling you, it is the trunk monkey has come to life. Pop status. Pop, pop, pop.
I'd rather have
so
the monkey. I feel like
How
monkeys
far are we
insane.
looking at Doyle, Case?
8:15.
All right. So it's almost 8:15 now. So this
Did you do the next week's shows?
yeah, we did that
Yep,
while
yep.
you.
Yeah, you were fixing the schniggy out there, the air conditioning. Dude, I am dying between my allergies and the heat, man. It has just been one of those days, man.
We're getting a
Is it-
nice breeze.
Yeah, it feels good now.
Big change.
Yeah, it does feel
Big-
better in here. It does.
big
Turn the
change.
fucking heat off. So Thursday, April 11th at 8 p.m., the show starts right on time with Red Devil Vortex opening the show, moving into OTEP and then into Doyle. I'm excited to see Doyle, man. I'm just like I said, he's a very in-depth character. You could probably sit here and talk to this guy for about 4 hours and still have a ton to talk about.
Steve kept telling me about OTEP, so I started listening to OTEP, and they did a cover of Royals,
Mhm.
which is friggin' phenomenal. If you know the pop song
Yeah, yep.
Royals, they did a metal version of that that is like blistering. It
Yeah,
is
they,
so good. I can't wait to see them too.
I don't think people here at the Landis are ready for this. If
Oh, I
if
know.
you've
I
never,
I have a little clip. It just shows you a little.
Yeah.
Oh,
little
go
bit.
for it.
Let's
Go
go
for
ahead.
it. Go for it.
yeah.
Life is important, fact of my life. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Nothing you can do but let it die. You call my name.
That-
That cool ass looking video.
I couldn't tell. It looked like the Red Devil Vortex guys were in white makeup.
Yeah,
too.
yep,
Were they? Oh,
yep.
that's so cool, man. I love it.
That
man.
that video looked cool as hell.
I love it. And
It was so cool.
Yeah.
The whole thing is so cool.
dude, I cannot wait to see these bands, man. This is going to be a night, man. If look, man, if you're a person that loves, that punk rock metal thing, because we talked about the Misfits changing as the 90s went on, and Danzig was no longer with the band, and you went on with the new singers, Graves and stuff, and they released 2 albums. I can't remember. One of them was American Psycho.
Yep.
And the other one I think was something All Monsters. I have to look it up. But all the tracks were horror movies,
Yo, yeah.
and I'm like, dude, I remember looking at it, going, I got, and it was the what's the name of that one album? I gotta look it up real quick because I tell you, man, I have a copy of it in my office too because I want to see if he'll sign it for us so we can hang it up. Yeah, I was just looking at his stuff earlier. I got to find this because It is. Oh yeah, I was listening to American Psycho live. God, man, it was so good, man.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm bad with this, man.
Yes.
Famous Monsters was 99.
Famous Monsters. That's what I'm thinking. So Famous Monsters came out, and I believe it was Famous Monsters that had it. Starts off with the King Kong thing. Yeah,
Yep.
it's called Kong at the Gates, and then it ends with Kong Unleashed. That's what I remember, dude. There was nothing like that album for me, man. I was like, because I'm a big King Kong Godzilla kind of
Yeah.
guy. I love King Kong, and that riff in me. That's one of the things about Doyle, man. He's got some riffs, like even the American Psycho. There's little riffs that he puts in these songs. They just fucking they consume you in the midst of the song. But that song, when that album opens, all you hear is the drums, and if you just all you see is King Kong going boom, 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 like beating his chest. It is so fucking perfect, man. And they do a song called Mars Attacks. You're a big Mars Attacks fan.
Fucking love that
Love
movie.
Fucking
Mars
great
Attacks.
song, dude.
Love
Have
Mars
you ever heard
Attacks.
the song?
No.
You need to listen to it, dude. When I tell you, man, some of the songs they do are just I love. Again, I did a lot of horror movies back in the day. I worked with a lot of the horrors. We have Dave Hagen. Is a good friend of ours. With Monster Mania, and Dave comes on, and we do stuff with Dave. And but horror's just been one of those genres. It's especially in the '80s, it really came to life.
Yep.
60s, 70s, there was horror movies here and there, but in the '80s, man, like I would even say it started in the '70s with The Flies and all that, coming through. But then the '80s hit, and it became that slasher films, and with Friday the 13th and all those, man.
That's what made it big.
And but these guys, a lot of their songs cover a lot of the early movies too, like the Sleeping Brain or whatever. I don't know.
But it was almost like the 80s was a renaissance for the 50s horror movies.
Yes.
And the 50s horror movies were
those
fantastic.
I like those because they weren't really horror; they were more horror sci-fi.
Right.
I mean, you had
it was the Cold War, man.
Yeah,
That's
you had horror back then, but that was all like Vincent Price type stuff.
Yeah,
he was the
yeah.
real horror. But it was one of those things. But for me, the Misfits being what they were with horror, and then Doyle taking that into another level. It's just, dude, I'm telling you, man, this is going to be one hell of a good show. We got Doyle on. Oh, hell yeah! Now, for those out there who are excited and watch the show during the week, and all of our viewers, we don't have his face because he's got to put on all the makeup and all that shit. So he's just on via the phone line or whatever. But we're excited to have him, man. We're excited to have him. Go for it, Case, whenever you're ready. You there, brother?
Yes, I am.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Doyle, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man.
I
How's
can
it
hear
going?
you fine. Can you crack it up a little, Case, or? There you go. Well, we put a picture of you up so people can at least look at you, brother.
Okay, good.
Yeah. We were just talking about, we were just going back through, some of the, the Misfits records and, how we're all big horror guys. I was in the movie business for years, so I've worked on a lot of horror films. That's kind of where we all kind of start, especially in that business. And you're just one of those guys and one of those bands that makes us happy inside. You satisfy that horror thing. But as I look back on you, man, I look back on your career and all the stuff you've done. You've done so much, and he's done so many things. I mean, from starting with the Misfits in the '80s. I mean, because now Doyle, you were originally, because I think everyone knows by now the story. You were a roadie with the band. Your brother was with the band, and and that got you to before I think the best choice they made. When he came on, what were you, like the third guitarist for the band?
Yes.
Yeah. So once he came on, it was just, to me, it's a different riff. And I was talking about like those '90s albums you put out. Like, this was '97 somewhere. You did the American Psycho album, and then you guys did the Monsters album, the Famous Monsters album.
Right.
And dude, I remember looking at the American Psycho, the album cover, and just seeing the songs on it, and I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? This is right up my alley. And your guitar riffs are, dude, I think they're just legendary guitar riffs. There's nothing like listening to you play the guitar and come up with these riffs that you come up with, because dude, it's phenomenal, man, and it makes every song like special. Now, you hear a lot of bands like this, and like again, Doyle, we were talking earlier. When you were coming up, I was coming up too. We're about the same age, and I was playing in a punk rock band. We were called Gutter Junk, and we were just a a cover band for like Flipper and Black Flag and all that stuff. And when I see what's happened with the music, because I played that, they all sounded the same. Like you listen to a Black Flag album, everything kind of sounded like Black Flag the whole time, especially their live album. But when you guys, but your albums, every song is distinct. It's a very distinct song, a distinct sound. And you now real quick, I got so many things I want to ask you, man. But let's go to that sound. That sound comes from a guitar that you build the guitars, or you built the original?
Right now I build my own. Back then I was using Iceman.
Okay, yes.
And I feel that the sound, honestly.
Oh no, Case, did we lose him? Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Yep, we lost you for a brief second.
All right, I think the sound comes out of the people's hands that are playing the guitar, and I'll give you, for instance, the Misfits were playing with the Damned before I was in the band at some place in New York City. I think it was Haraz or some shit. I don't remember. And Johnny Thunders wanted to jam with the Damned, and he took Bobby Steele's guitar, which was a single coil pickup Marauder, a Gibson Marauder, single coil, plugged it into Jerry's bass amp and started playing. And you know what he sounded like? Johnny Thunders.
Wow.
Okay.
Dude, and a single pickup.
Yeah.
It sounded like Johnny Thunders on a record. You know, if you took Eddie Van Halen and gave him my rig, he's going to sound like Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah,
man. If you gave me his rig with his guitar, I'm going to sound like me.
Yeah.
See, I like that, man. I like that. I remember somewhere I saw, it was a while ago. It was like an interview. You were talking to somebody and you were like, I play my music,
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, well, who'd you learn from? He goes, no, I play my music, me, this is my stuff, man. And dude, I can't tell you, that's just so fucking cool, man. You're so down to earth. And
I never took lessons. Like the only songs I know how to play are the ones I play.
See, I love that, man.
I don't know anything else. I don't know arpeggios and G clefs and all this scale horse shit. I don't know any of that shit. I told this to Michael Amott from Arch Enemy. I'm like, all I know is the songs I play. You know what he said? Well, there's nothing wrong with that, is there?
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
Yeah,
dude, you should put that on a fucking t-shirt, man. That is a great quote right there, man. I fucking love it, dude. Like I said, man, we're like excited, man. This is a great. So the tour's basically kicking off here at the Landis, right?
Yeah, in a couple days. We just rehearsed today. I just got back home. I'm eating peanuts right now.
There you go.
I'm fucking starving.
Oh man, well, the fucking shape you're in, holy crap, man! I can't. I'm over here with I go back on Friday to see the heart doctor, and I look at him and I'm thinking we're the same age, man. I need to get some. Speaking of, I found out too, you have your own whey protein, and it's is it vegan, correct?
I have a protein, but it's not whey. Whey is
well,
is
well
not
yeah,
vegan.
that would be that
is non-vegan.
Yeah. So what is yours though? Because I'm going to try it.
Mine is called Vegan Monster Protein.
Oh, it's actually called Vegan Monster. Oh, that is. Where can we get that from your site or?
From pea protein.
Yeah, it's pea protein. Thank you. Who said that?
That is my girlfriend Casey. She's our producer back there.
I thought I said it because I was thinking it. Okay. Just go on veganmonsterprotein.com, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
That is awesome.
That is what. Now, are you a vegetarian or are you a vegan?
I am a vegan.
Oh, how long have you been? How long have you been on that diet?
11 years.
11 years. Now, was that something for physically, or was that something a little bit of both? Your mindset and physically.
Honestly, I started dating Elisa, and she was vegan, and we were on a date in New York City, and I had to get her to a plane, so we're running around like fucking maniacs trying to hurry up. We were starving, and she said to me, if we don't get me something to eat, we can get you something to eat. And I told her, I'm never going to eat nothing in front of you that, you don't approve of. I'm not going to do that to you. And you know what it was? Why I switched? The food is so fucking good.
It is good. It is good.
She would take me to a restaurant and I didn't know what anything was, and I would say, order. I don't know these words, order. And she would order stuff, and I would take a bite and I would look at her and go, holy shit. And that's how I Yeah, I did it because it tasted good, and it is. It's great.
Well, you were in New York. In New York, when I worked in New York for a while. Again, I was in the film industry forever, and I worked. There's so many great places to eat. Vegan
Yeah.
in New York City. They're all over. There was a
Yep.
place called the Leaf, and they had a fucking crab cake, man. I swear to you, if you had crab cakes before and you eat this, and I don't know what it was, it tasted like a crab cake, and it was delicious.
Let me tell you something. You could take the biggest hillbillies in the world, okay, and bring them to a fucking place that makes mushroom burgers and seitan fucking meatballs and tofu chicken, and they would not be able to tell the difference.
No, you're right. He's absolutely right, man. I don't know if you've ever had a lot. I don't know if you're.
No.
We tricked my dad that one day.
Yeah, we tricked. So Casey and I again. Casey's in the back. The pea protein. We kind of went on that diet for a while, and we did. We tricked your dad. What did we trick your dad with?
I think a burger.
Yeah, it was a burger, some type of burger, and he had no.
Impossible or Beyond.
Yeah, it was one of those. One of those
Yeah,
name brand
sure.
ones. But he had no fucking idea, man. And he's like Mr. Meat. Like he'll eat a fucking cow alive.
Yeah.
And this fucking guy.
Yeah.
But
I did the same thing to my kids. I took my my bandmates to this place called Blossoms. They used to have like a small takeout place in New York. They have restaurants too. They're called Blossoms, but they had a takeout place, and they used to make these meatball sandwiches and these chicken sandwiches that look like a chicken breast. So I would rip the fucking thing and look at it and be like, I can't eat this. I'm not sure what this is. That's how real it was. But
Wow.
they would eat it, and I would let them eat it. I didn't tell them what it was. We'd drive down the street, they'd eat it in the car, and I'd be like, hey, how was that meatball sandwich? Oh, it was fucking great. I'm like, it wasn't meatballs. They're like, oh, what was it?
well, that's like jackfruit. I mean, it looks like chicken, man. When you start to like shred it, you really feel like it's fucking chicken.
pulled
You have
chicken,
no
yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
We have a great place, man. You guys are coming in early. I don't know what time you're coming in, but I'll tell you what, man. We got a place called the Wildflower Cafe, and they've been a friend of ours since the day we bought this place. And you got to try some of their food, man. They are straight up like probably one of the best vegan spots around here, and they're
really?
good, man. And the dude is just like he's more like the hippie vegan guys. But man, the food is phenomenal there, man. I think we definitely got to get him fed from Wildflower Case.
Oh yeah, I love wildflowers.
Yeah, we got to get you a menu from that. Yeah, because we love that. That's actually it's funny because Casey and I were talking about it earlier, man. She's like, oh my god, he's so scary, I'm like, I don't know, man. This guy's got like he's a vegan. I mean, look, he stopped eating meat basically for his girl. Which was that was a love story and all. I mean, his story with her, man.
No, it's not even that. It was the food was so good. Let me tell
It
you,
is so good, man.
When I wasn't vegan, I'd go out to eat 10 times. 9.9 of those meals would piss me off, and I would say, I wish I would have stayed home.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see that.
Now, out of 10 meals of going vegan, 9.9 of them are fucking great, and one of them it wasn't bad.
Huh.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, it does.
That
You
makes
know what
sense,
I hate about it is it's so like we have another vegan restaurant down the street that we really love, but it's like it's so fucking expensive, man. And it's like they make what was that case they made? It was like a bratwurst sandwich or something. And remember that
exactly,
it was really good, but it was like $14, man, and it was the size of a fucking hot dog.
Yeah.
I'm like, you want to eat good, but it's like you want to eat this and you want to enjoy it. Yeah, New York was a little different because it was one all over the place, and I was making a lot more money in New York.
Yeah,
back in the day. But that's awesome, brother. So you got the protein out. I think you're a marketing genius, man. I look at some of the shit you're doing, bro, and I'm like, you have taken yourself to like another level. Again, I grew up with the Misfits. You know what I mean? I remember your story. I loved when you came on board. I love when you literally grew up in the Misfits. But I mean, you were with Danzig. I mean, of all, I mean,
Hell yeah.
he had to teach you a couple guitar riffs, right?
All he showed me was a bar chord for the E string and the A string, and then Jerry showed me the 12 notes up to the 12th fret, and that was it.
Oh no! So that's a lot of like power chord.
No, just the normal, the real bar chord,
Oh, the real bar chord. Okay, you're talking because back then, I mean, who else was who I loved back then? I remember. It was like a lot of downstrokes back then. You know what I mean? It was like a lot of downstroking in guitar. It was like
still is for me, bro.
Yeah, I think that's why I really like it though. That's why I like your guitar playing. It reminds me of that. It's very Ramones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I was a big Ramones fan, man, and dude, I mean that's what made that music so fucking good, man.
Yep.
Was that downstroke, and you still do that? I love it, man. Like I said, I'm gonna go back to it because you're a marketing genius. I went on your website today, and you have hot sauce too.
Oh, it's so good.
Is that vegan as well? I'm gonna assume it is.
All hot sauce is vegan.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. In Texas, I bet it isn't. They fucking they probably squeeze a pig over that shit.
Yeah, it's probably bacon in that one.
They're probably Casey just put up a fucking dude. That is so cool with the fucking
the
demon hands holding the bottle, man. It's called Made in Hell.
Yeah.
Hot sauce. That is so fucking cool. Now, is it that level of hot? How hot is it?
It's mild. But that's the only. We have two other ones that I won't even attempt to even test.
Yeah, I
for the
can't do
samples.
that.
I tried it once. We have one. What was the one? Abominator. It was called Abominator. That's coming out next. But we used to make it, and they sent me a bottle to try. I put one drop on a chip. I had to eat the whole bag of chips to just cool it off.
Oh wow!
And then we have a hotter one called Annihilator, which I guess you got to sign a waiver for that. But I was just like, I'm not testing this one anymore. I don't get it near me. You have somebody else test it. I don't care.
That is fucking awesome.
So Abominator, I'm sure that's named after the album, correct? I'm sure that's where you got that name, yeah.
Yeah.
Which again is a great album, man. I mean that's another album,
thank you.
man. Dude. I love, dude, Dreaming. So I'm going because I have a bad memory anyway. But Valley of Shadows was my favorite tune on there.
Yes.
But Dreaming Dead Girls is probably one of my favorites. It is such a good. Dude, the lyrics are fucking great, man.
Yeah, he's a great writer.
Dude, that is who was on that with you? Was that Story?
Yeah.
Yep. Dude, that's such a great album, man.
We're working on the third one right now.
Oh, are you?
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So the first one you released twice, correct? Was that 2 releases or just a different cover?
Oh, the second one has 2 covers. They didn't use the one I originally wanted to use, which is the black one with the skull on it.
Yes.
And the record label was Dave Ellefson's label, and it was EMP or some shit. And they came up with that. I hate that cover. I'm like, this sucks. I don't want this. And then they put it out. I was like, you fuckers.
Wow. I like the skull cover too, man. I think it's a fucking great cover. But no, the Abominator album is great. We got to get you to sign. You'll see when you come here. Our green room has like all the albums of all the bands that play up on the wall. We got to get that one on the wall, man. That is just such a great fucking album, man. And I'm excited to have it. So let me ask you this real quick. So you got OTEP on board with you. What have you played with them before?
I've never heard of them.
No. See that? So you have you listened to him at all?
No.
Get the fuck. I love this dude, man. You are fucking awesome, brother.
It's not out of disrespect. I don't care.
Yeah, no, and dude, you know what? I respect that.
Yeah,
I literally fucking respect that, man. I play the songs I play. I know the songs. That's dude, it's the greatest fucking quote of all time. But no, I had heard of them, but I never really listened to them. And then we started listening to them, and they're really fucking good too.
Oh, good.
It's a great band to have alongside you.
Nice.
I still think you're the much better fucking band, but they're a lot of fun. And then you got another band opening up called Red Devil Vortex.
Yeah, we've toured with those guys. Nice guys.
Yeah, they do the makeup too. The
Do they? I've never seen the opening bands ever, and they're like, "Hey, did you watch my show?" Some of them get mad at me. Like, you didn't watch my show. I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? You know how fucking busy I am?
He's making protein shakes and fucking hot sauces and shit. Dude, what's next though? Wait, after you got anything else coming out that's along that? I mean, you got the protein powders. You got the. You looking at anything? I think you should keep going, man.
I have my own guitar string company.
Oh, really?
Sweet.
What's that called?
What is it called? It's called Von Monster. It's called Von Frankenstein Monster Gear.
Oh, awesome.
Very nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
Dude.
look it up. .com. It's we got a bunch of artists. I'm the A&R guy, and I design and draw the logos for the packaging. We got cool artists.
Sweet. Now, I have to ask you this. You're talking about drawing. Do you do your makeup on yourself?
Of course. No, I have an elf that I put in suitcase.
That's fucking even cooler, man. Fucking trunk elf and shit. Pops out of his guitar case. No, man, because I always thought your makeup was one of my favorites, because when you look at his makeup, and sometimes it's almost like this passively nice, gentle creature that's gonna rip your throat out, and then other times you're like, oh shit, that's some scary looking shit. You know what I mean? All depending on how you're looking. Like right there, Casey's putting up some pictures. I know you're on, but you can't see them. But dude, there's some great shots of you, man. You're one of those, probably one of the most photogenic guitarists out there, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. I mean, every fucking photo, man, is like insane. Who was the other stacked guitar player that used to play with Ozzy?
Kane Roberts.
He
played with Alice Cooper.
That's what it was. Alice Cooper. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm friends with Kane. Kane's hilarious. What a maniac. Oh my God.
I bet you two are from like the same mold of physicality.
We hang out and just laugh. He's so funny.
That's awesome, man. That's so. How long? When was the last time you guys toured?
We toured last year.
Oh, you did tour last year, because we were looking. We couldn't find it.
I don't remember. I don't remember anything anymore.
No, you're like me, brother. Trust me, man. I like I said, we're right around that same world, man. But you're from Jersey too, correct?
I am.
Now, where did you grow up, if you don't mind us asking?
Lodi, New Jersey.
Of Bergen County.
Mm-hmm. Bergen County.
Yeah, man. We're Cumberland County, so we're a little bit we're down south of there, but it's one of those. It's a great area for us because we're in the middle of Philadelphia and Atlantic City, and it gives people, a new, like we bought the venue probably about 5 years ago, and we turned it into basically a rock and roll joint, and this is the kind of music I've been dying to get in here.
Oh yeah.
And
oh yeah.
This is literally you have no idea, Doyle, man. You're this is very exciting for us. So
oh good, I'm glad.
So who's Story singing with you now?
Yeah, me and him. I write all the music. He does all the vocal melodies and lyrics.
He's so good too.
Hell yeah,
he's so good.
Man. He's so good.
I'll send him a song and I'll get it back the next day and with the lyric sheet, and I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" It's crazy. It goes from a composition of me playing it, and then when I hear him singing on it, I don't hear me playing it anymore. It's a whole new song.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking real quick at the Abominator album. Did he write most of the songs though, and then you do all the licks?
I write all the music, all three instruments. I arrange all the songs, and he just does the vocal melodies and all the words.
Oh, wow.
You compose the whole thing. That's awesome, man. Dude, because like I said, Dreaming Dead Girls to me is just the lyrics of that song are just phenomenal, man. I love that song so much, man. So I was going to ask you more about OTEP, but I guess I can't fucking ask you anything about them.
I'm not familiar, man. If somebody doesn't bring me a band and say you got to listen to this, I don't fucking listen to it.
Yeah.
Now let's just say, because we look at the Misfits and we're like, this is we go back to your brother and everything. It was just one of those bands that a lot of us just have loved all through our lives. For a point there between in the late 80s, you went Christian rock. Is that correct?
No.
Didn't you with Christ Conqueror?
No, it's not Christian rock.
It wasn't?
No, it was just us learning how to write songs, and he wanted to name it that, and what are you gonna do?
Dude, you were fucking all right, man. I don't even know what to say. Man. I can't wait to get you here, man. Now, are you coming in early or not? Because I want to make sure I get you some food, man. I want to make sure you can try some shit around here because, like I said, we got a great place, and I think it's going to really be good for someone like you to give them a seal of approval or a seal of disapproval, because I think you're the person that says, "Nah, that shit wasn't good."
Yeah, we're cutting in early. We'll be there early.
Yeah, because I want to make sure because I'd like to know basically your thought as the vegan beast.
Yeah.
Now, logo wise too, on that logo, your logo with the Frankenstein. Now, did you draw that as well?
I did.
Damn, that's so fucking good, man.
Cool, man.
So do you do all if you go into your store on your webpage, again, we were looking through it today and we're looking at some amazing merch. So all that is actually designed by you as well.
Most of I think the logos are, but like some of the images, I'll like if the cartoon ones, I get those from Instagram. Somebody draws them. I have my manager call them up and say, I want that, buy it from them. and we buy it from them, and we use it. You know.
Oh, that's
And,
really cool, man.
That is
But,
cool.
but
as shit.
a lot of times our merch company takes the logos I have and stuff, and they send us ideas, and then I would say change this, change that, whatever.
Because there's a lot of bands out there. I'm a big, like, you know, I'm from the '80s. I'm a big merch guy. You know, like I said, I used to wear this jacket that had the Bullet album on, like a big patch of that. It was JFK sitting in the car, kind of giving a smile, like seconds before he took a bullet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like literally, that was my jacket, man. And I love that kind of artwork, and I think you just keep carrying that on. When I look at what you do, it still reminds me of that artwork from back in the day, which I think is so fucking sweet, man.
Yeah.
But dude, we're excited to have you, man. There's something else I wanted to ask you. I can't remember.
Horror. Let's talk horror.
Do it.
Doyle, sorry, man, my voice is killing me.
Dude, he went to jerk off to the fucking WrestleMania guys this weekend. He still didn't have his voice back yet.
I wanted to talk to you about horror movies. Long time fanatic, I know that we all are. What are some of your favorite horror movies?
My favorite horror movie is the 1933 King Kong, starring Fay Wray in her in her satin draped fucking frame.
Fuck yes.
Hell yeah.
Bro, before you came on, I was talking about the famous Monsters album. Dude, I am a huge King Kong fan, bro. And that opening number, that King Kong, I can't remember. It was like King Kong Unleashed is at the end, and then King Kong something at the beginning. Bro, I swear the drum beat is King Kong beating his chest. And it is the coolest fucking thing I ever heard. I'll never forget when I'm like, King Kong. And I put the record on. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me, man.
Yeah.
It's literally like King Kong at the Gates, I think it was called.
Right.
And it's literally, it sounds like King Kong is ready to bust down a fucking, and the drum beat is so perfect. And then they end the album with King Kong Unleashed. Dude, that if I wasn't a fan before then, man, I would have been a fan then.
Oh yeah.
Because dude, so you just picked the best horror movie ever.
Yeah.
I just watched. You know what? Do you remember? What was the chick Linda Hamilton from Terminator and shit?
Yeah, yeah.
She did a movie called King Kong Lives.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Never seen
it was after the King Kong with not the Fay Wray. The second one was made in the 80s, I think.
Yep.
And they found a fucking female gorilla and they bring it to the United States.
Yep.
And King Kong has been in a coma for fucking 30 years. And dude, it's the greatest fucking piece of shit you'll ever see. And they stick like a fake fucking like plastic heart into him. And as soon as he wakes up, he smells the chick and he's all, it's fucking, I'm like, what the hell is going on, man?
Well,
But I've watched every King Kong and Godzilla movie out there. So I'm a big King Kong fan, but that's awesome, man. How about 80 Watt? I mean, there's a lot of, like, dude, you got this Mars Attacks. There's so many great songs out there that you guys have done. And whatever you're doing, writing the music, bro, you're doing a good fucking job because you truly, again, with the King Kong thing, you feel that movie with the music. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It really brings you into that visual feel. If you've seen that movie before, you're like, holy shit, I know what this song is. And you feel it in the music, not necessarily the lyrics. If that makes sense. Yeah, man, dude, you're a fucking great composer, bro. And for somebody that doesn't know fucking, that doesn't know all those crazy guitar, shit.
I don't even know the fucking words to those things. We're trying to rehearse today. Like, is this a measure? What is this fucking? We got to go back to this part.
That is fantastic.
I had to look this up real quick.
You know what? That keeps it interesting, though.
It does.
It's better than that standardized bullshit that everyone else does.
It does. Oh, here it is. I had to look it up real quick. This is that famous Monsters album, man. It's got Kong at the Gates. That's the dude. When I tell you that song, you got to listen to the album. If you guys haven't heard it, you got to listen to the album, man. Then Forbidden Zone, Lost in Space, and then The Crawling Eye. Have you ever seen The Crawling Eye? What a great fucking movie, man.
You ever seen a Forbidden Zone?
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. I love Forbidden Zone. But these songs, man, whatever you're doing musically brings these movies to life again in a new way. And I can't thank you enough for that, man. You really do, man. You bring back some good memories, man, with some really great writing, man. Even though you. So what do you do? So let me ask you this though. So you're writing a song. You're writing Lost in Space, and you got the riff down. Do you just got a mind that remembers that, or
I didn't write that one. So
okay.
I don't know what happened there.
It just appeared.
Well, anyone that you've written, if you're not writing down the notes, you're just keeping the riff in your head.
Back then, yeah. Now I have to. When I write something, I'll play it on a like a smaller practice amp and put my phone by it, and then I'll take the phone, say what tuning I'm in, say every note I'm hitting because I can't figure it out because I'm tone deaf.
Oh shit!
Oh wow! Get the fuck out of here, man!
Wow. Shit!
Yeah, I can't figure songs out.
Dude,
Wow.
that is amazing. You're like a fucking prodigy of like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know, man. You're definitely one impressive human being, bro. I can't tell you enough, man. From your marketing to your music to who you seem to be. Like I said, I can't wait to meet you in person. It sucks, we understand, the makeup and everything and coming on, but man, I'm looking forward to getting to know you, brother.
Okay.
It's gonna be a good night, man. We're gonna have a lot of fun Thursday, baby.
Good. Yeah.
Good. You're gonna like the venue, man. It's a very what would you call it? Very in.
It's not like anything else.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
yeah,
that.
yeah. We're kind of like the mini that sphere out in Vegas.
Sphere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have like all the walls that light up and shit happens on the walls and the ceilings and stuff. It's pretty fucking crazy here.
Cool.
So it's a great place to like kick off a tour. That's for sure. Like I said, we have a lot of bands that come here. Again, George Lynch is kicking off his tour again with us.
Lynch.
Yeah, he's fucking great, man. And then we have we got another guy, we can't announce him yet, kicking off. So we just literally had Styx, the band Styx here rehearsing rehearsing for their tour. They rehearsed and then their tour buses picked them up and took them out. They're on the road with Foreigner this summer, so it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. But we're looking forward to having you here in our house, brother.
Cool. We'll be there soon.
Thank you so much for coming on, man. Safe travels getting here, and we're gonna throw all your shit up online so people can get an idea of like all the stuff that you have out there, because I think the marketing is fucking phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
And do you bring hot sauce with you?
We'll have it. Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. We're gonna definitely buy some hot sauce.
Well, we'll hook you up with the hot sauce. That's not a problem.
You're all right, brother. We appreciate it, Doyle. Man, we look forward to meeting you, brother.
Okay, pal. Thank you.
Hey, safe travels, buddy. Safe travels.
Thank you. Okay. Bye.
All right, man. That is Doyle Wolfgang Von
Cannot
Frankenstein.
Yes.
Dude, legendary Misfits guitars. I don't care what anyone says, man. The guy is a fucking legend, man. And now when you sit here and you find out that he doesn't even, dude, that is fucking great.
That is literally the stuff of legends right there.
That is, man.
That's like Hendrix getting his first
What was
guitar
his
and it being a
exact
righty
words?
and having to flip that shit over, and
My memory
changes
sucks.
his sound.
What was the exact words? I play
the songs that I play.
Yeah.
I play what I play.
I play what I know that my song.
Yeah.
That's fucking great, though.
Yeah, that's cool.
And
I fucking love it.
He makes no bones about it. Like he doesn't try to fake it.
Yeah.
Which
And
other
that's
people
funny
would.
because him and I come from that same age group. And you know me, I don't take no shit from nobody. I tell you, go fuck yourself. I really just don't care, man. I don't care. And I'm at an age now where you can go fuck yourself. I really don't care. And we'll tell you, if you sucked, you sucked, He's like that. And that's what I appreciate that. And he's honest. And he's like, yeah, man, no, fucking arpeggios and shit. He don't know what the fuck that is.
Well, you would consider yourself an early Gen Xer, right?
Yeah.
It's that whole Gen X generation, man.
Yeah, it's our
Proud
kids
to
that
be
are
part
fucked up.
I mean, look, come on, fucking dude. That's the problem. Is you got to split my generation in half.
Yeah,
because my whole early part of it
is great.
All good. We're
fucking great.
Awesome.
Yeah, couldn't be better people.
And then wait 5 years.
Yeah,
and you're like,
it all
oh,
went right to
it's
shit.
the same shit. There's no way.
Thank you for saying 5.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I got you in there. I got you in there. But
dude,
no,
so the vegan protein powder, that's pea. So I didn't know there was that. That's gonna be a lot of fucking peas, man.
Protein.
You got to squash a lot of fucking peas to get pea protein, right?
Is
Oh,
that
look at
really what
that.
it looks like?
Dude, is that really the fucking bottle?
I'm gonna buy it on the bottle alone.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yo.
Dude, that is a cool looking fucking bottle.
That is fucking nuts, dude.
Vegan Monster Protein. This guy, like I said, he's like a, dude, if you go on their website and you look at all the shit that they sell merch wise, marketing genius, man.
That's the way to do it. Hey, look, you ain't making fucking money off of streaming. So
like you guys were saying,
money
the
somehow.
scary looking vegan. But then look at Rob Zombie. It's the same.
Yeah.
You make these movies where you're butchering people, but you won't eat a cow.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
That's true. That is true. Yeah.
But like I said,
I'd rather kill people than animals any day, though.
No,
and
absolutely.
you just ended up on a list.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
I'm
all
not
being watched now.
going
God
to.
damn it!
You can't
I
you
don't-
can't
I don't
disagree though, man.
No,
either.
I don't. I actually, you know what? That might be a test for whether or not you're a good human or not.
That is, you know what
Yeah.
that test is? I call it the John Wick test.
Yeah.
That movie is based. Look,
Yeah.
they killed the dog.
Yeah.
And he was done. It's like the girl gave him the dog. You killed the dog. Now I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
That is the end of this shit. And I think it was the
true.
third movie where they finally he goes, "This is all over a dog." He goes, "More than a dog to me." Bam!
Yeah.
Put a bullet in his head.
I work with kids. I'm not allowed to say anything.
I used to and said plenty of things. Don't worry.
Oh,
I was Andy's fucking teacher, dude.
Oh, no, it's the fact that you taught anybody anything is very scary.
I taught a lot of people
Very
things.
scary.
Yeah. It's great, isn't it?
But again, I just go back to it because I love his honesty, man. It's like, dude, have you ever toured? I never fucking heard of him.
Yeah.
That is fucking great, man.
Well,
But
OTEP, I don't think they've toured in like 6 or 7 years.
that's what I haven't seen.
So-
I was surprised he toured last year because I didn't see anything. Like we looked for some video to pull down to promote with, and we couldn't find a lot. But yeah, OTEP, I don't think they've been around for a while.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. I think what I read was like 6 or 7 years that they haven't toured in. So this is their first show back in like 7 years. Yeah, fucking cool, right?
Hell yeah.
Fucking cool. And this is again,
Starting the
OTEP,
tour
they're
here.
not a
Yep.
band I've ever. I mean, I'm sure I've probably seen them, like, because there were so many festivals back in the day and stuff. I mean, again, like that's how I saw the Misfits was
Yeah.
Warped Tour and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like going to a Misfits show, you know what I
Yep.
mean? So like you saw a lot of these bands like that, and I have a feeling they were one of those kind of bands. that
And you
were
know, I
just
benefited from
always
that
there.
because I would take my older sons to
Yeah.
Warped Tour.
I fucking
I would
love
take
Warped
them
Tour,
to, I remember Monsters Uproar festivals and
Yep.
things like that.
Yep.
And the deal was, you'll come to my shows if I go to yours.
Yeah.
So we always bartered back and forth. So I knew a
Yeah.
lot of the younger bands because of my
Yeah.
older kids. And yeah, bands like that, like I would find those bands, and most of the time they were on the side stages.
Yeah,
And
they
the
always
side
had like
stage
this
bands were
skate
always
stage.
better.
Oh hell yes, hell yes.
Oh fuck yeah! Melt faces across the USA, dude.
Can't wait,
no,
man.
you know what, man? I knew. I just knew, I guess, from all my years of loving like a lot of the stuff that they did. And again, I was in the horror genre for a while. You know, I actually starred in a couple horror movies. We won't talk about them, but it's just one of those genres I liked, and it was one of those bands that always fit. And to see him being just a real fucking dude, man, you can't ask for anything better.
Hey, that's what we do this podcast for. I think that's what people really like to see, is that they're just people.
Yep.
And I will
Yep.
tell
think
you,
that's what this benefit is.
one of the things he said was he became a vegan more for the taste. The food, dude, the food is good.
Mhm.
Again, living in New York when I was doing the vegan thing, dude, it was easy. You come down here or someplace, it's fucking almost impossible.
The
Yeah,
price is
Thai
kind
quarters
of.
got
It's
Yeah,
not only
the
the price,
prices
you
are
end up
totally-
eating the same shit every day because it's the
Yeah.
only thing you can get down here.
Yep. You find the one
Yeah.
good thing, and then that's really it.
And then you don't have this the ability to go out and hit like 90 different restaurants like
Yeah.
New York. And again, I will tell you, since COVID, I have a couple friends that are still in New York, from the business, and I see them complain all the time that a lot of those places have closed up in New York City now because there was and it used to be like that. Like you'd find this really good
One in
little
every
place,
corner,
and a week later it's gone. But there's some really good fucking joints out
it's the
there.
original pop-up shop,
Yeah, but no, there's the
but
food,
it wasn't intentional.
but the food is actually really, really good. And it's and again, I mean, again, if he's giving you the biggest issue with being a vegan and stuff is your protein intake.
Mhm.
But we just saw the fucking monster protein. I mean, he's giving you protein. I mean, this guy's literally, he's actually giving back to the vegan community. Walking around looking
Hell
like
yeah.
Frankenstein. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, hey,
that's crazy.
it's definitely working for him. It is definitely working, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
cannot wait to try this fucking hot sauce, dude. That looks,
I'm excited about that.
You can just tell from the picture, like that is
when you have the
that's a
demons,
tasty sauce.
when you have Satan's hands holding the bottle of hot sauce,
Yeah.
you're going to be.
And like you said, it's
fucking-
not hot, but like look at that, you can tell there's depth in there. you
Dude,
know?
this again. Look
it's
at the
not
labeling.
just red and watery.
He's got a great look, man, with that makeup on, and I love that he does his own makeup. I
Hey,
figured he
again,
did,
man,
but
you
some of
come
these
up with a
guys,
brand,
they do.
You become iconic and you ride it.
I was
Think of that hairstyle.
That
That's,
braid.
that was who was the character in Guitar Hero that was basically modeled after Doyle?
Oh my
he had the same hair and everything, and he played the
I vaguely
crazy
remember
guitar.
that. Yeah.
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 What were you saying, Case?
I was watching they did like a bus tour interview, and they showed where Doyle sets up like the little bathroom. Will like hang like some lights around in it, and like it's like his little spot that he makes back there.
Oh,
It's
so
kind of cool.
you should
I'm
hang
gonna
some
find
lights for him.
this.
Yeah.
I am gonna find this guy.
Who? Oh, the guy from Guitar Hero.
Yes. Oh, why don't they have pictures, dude?
Dude, I tell you, man, I'm excited for this. It's going to be a good weekend. Again, let's just go through it real quick, man. So we have on Thursday, we just got off the line with Doyle, Doyle Von Frankenstein, of the Misfits, legendary guitar player for the Misfits. Literally grew up with the Misfits with his brother, and in the beginning with Danzig. I mean, come on, man. You know what I mean? You're with legend right there. That is April 11th. That is a Thursday night show. They're kicking off the tour right here at the Landis Theater with OTEP and Red Devil Vortex, correct? Go ahead.
Can I play you a clip real quick?
Of who?
Their tour.
Oh, fuck yeah.
The tour with
Your only hope is to die, dude. If you have to listen to some of the albums and read the lyrics along with it. And what's great now is if you do it on your phone, the lyrics are right on your phone.
Yep.
Because the lyrics are some of the best things. I mean, it's literally like this is a horror movie in song.
You're going to have the time of your life,
dude,
with these visuals.
Man. I don't even know where to begin, to be honest with you. Because if I had a set list, it'd be a lot easier to figure it out. But you know what I meant to ask him is and my understanding is that him and Michael Graves still talk and they get along with each other because Michael's coming. Yeah, so and he's going to do both of those albums.
No shit.
Yeah, all from cover to cover. He's going to do American Psycho and the Famous Monsters album.
Wow.
Yeah, so one half of the set and the other half set. So we have him in for one date right now, but we're looking at another date. We're just trying to finalize the date, and then he'll be here with a full band doing both those albums all the way through it, which is fucking really cool. Which is really, really cool. And they have now, I will tell you, they have, I think 2017, maybe later than that, they've actually had reunions. The Misfits,
I went to a Misfits reunion, first one in a long time up at the Prudential Center.
What year was that?
I want to say maybe 2017.
That sounds about right.
Somewhere around there.
Yep. Yeah.
But Prudential Center was the first one that kind of brought them back out.
Yeah, I feel like they still get along. I wish I would have asked him that when he was on because I'm excited. Again, for me, Doyle was that legend.
Yeah.
And then for when Graves came in, and took over vocals, I liked him because again, they went away from that hard punk to more of a melodic sound now. Like you could hear you could understand the lyrics. You could, and it became like a new, again, the Misfits of your generation that you were going to see was those Misfits.
They played at the Prudential Center in July of 2023.
As
that
the Misfits?
wasn't the show that I saw.
No, the one you went to was May of 2018.
I was close. Yep. That was probably it.
They played in July of 2023.
So that was a reunion with Graves too?
Yes, I think so.
Awesome.
From what I'm reading.
That's awesome. Well, look, again, that's Thursday night, man. You don't want to fucking miss this show,
Hell
man.
no.
I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of fun, man. They're going to take the roof down. This is Vineland, New Jersey, man. Talk about putting a city on the map. I mean, it's just like I'm excited that these bands come and they play here, and that we're getting the recognition we are because this just builds us up, on and on. I mean, I had a good resume, through my career, but since I've been here, dude, I have done video for everyone from Quiet Riot. If you actually did a resume and you walked into a job, like, so you did a musical tour videos for bands, right? Yeah, here's who I did. And they're like, holy shit, Winona Judd.
Yeah, there's a couple that'll probably piss people off.
Yeah,
they were probably supposed to do lights and video for them, and thanks to COVID, we ended up doing them.
Yep.
Yeah, Winona's a big one. I mean, it's still in a stadium tour.
Yeah, Glenn Hughes.
You know?
I mean, all these guys,
Glenn,
man. Glenn, I love
absolutely.
you, Glenn, man. I love that guy so much, man. Look at that fucking sexy bastard, man. I look at. Can you put that back up? For those of you who don't know, man, this is Glenn Hughes, man. If Glenn comes back, which I know he's on tour, and we'll see what happens, dude. Look at you are
Like a
looking
scowl.
at the face. That right there is rock and fucking roll, man. Right, that front man bass player, the clothing, the hair, the look, the voice. Dude, the voice of rock and roll right there, man.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, he is a fucking great bass player.
Dude, he's
Like
amazing.
he is actually a fantastic.
Yeah.
His voice is one thing. Obviously, he's in as the voice of rock and roll. Here we are going on and on about Glenn once again, but
love
he
Glenn.
is a fucking kick-ass bass player. And actually, I think Orange now makes a Glenn Hughes signature amp that he rocks and rolls with. So
I think you're right.
I believe his cabinets are now purple instead of bright
What?
orange. Yeah.
They're not. Well, thank God they're not orange.
Yeah, I think they're bright purple now.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fucking
they're
cool.
looking pretty
Well, I
fucking
remember
sweet.
when he came here with the daisies, he had the orange.
Yes,
The orange one.
Look, orange amps are actually that's my favorite.
Well, that's what Jaron plays.
Yeah, that's my favorite amp brand, and that's a lot of the people that played the music that I obviously like all these Warped Tour bands and shit. Man, every single one of them was fucking sponsored by Orange.
Yep,
Every single
yep.
one. That was the amp. You guys had your Marshalls and
All
the
Marshall,
fucking
baby.
EVH PVs. I know everyone wanted the 5150, but dude,
Not me.
oh yeah, but yeah, you know what I mean. Like
Yeah. It
there's
was always
that's the only
Marshall
other.
head stacks.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the only other amp that like
Well,
kind of
for me, growing up, it was Marshall and Fender.
Yeah,
that was
absolutely.
it.
But for us, it was the orange,
Yeah.
and that's there it is. See, look at that. It's a fucking sweet color.
Oh,
too,
it's
dude.
purple
It's
too.
like
I like it.
wine
I do
purple.
like it.
It's fucking cool.
Yeah, it is a wine purple.
Yeah, so yeah, shut up. Glenn's got his own
Kill it.
orange amp now, man. That's
Dude, it's gonna be a
fucking
good weekend. We got one of the Village people coming. This is gonna be great, man.
I forgot about that Village People joke. That one, you caught him off guard with that. You really did. You really
He
did.
said in the
He looked at-
Navy.
he was like, "Oh shit, yeah, Village People, huh? Yeah, all right. I see how it's gonna be."
Look, I want to thank again Absolute Vodka, our top sponsor there. But more than ever, I really want to thank Michael Kelly Guitars. There's that wonderful graphic Casey made for Absolute Vodka, the Mango Mule and the Paloma and all that stuff. But there it is, Michael Kelly Guitar Company, michaelkellyguitars.com. Those beautiful guitars are behind us. If we had Uncle Steve on, we would know exactly what they're called again. But these beautiful guitars back here, I was just pointing at it, but I wasn't
Sponsor of the upcoming Battle of the Bands.
Yes, they will. We'll be announcing more on that. I'm locking in a couple more sponsors right now, and once we know who the top sponsor is, who puts their name on it this year, like actually last year it was Death Wish Coffee.
Yep.
So hey, wow!
Whoever it is better have more hats.
Yeah, you better have a damn hat.
I need
No.
one.
You get 1 year's worth of wear out of all of our hats.
we're trying to lock that in right now. But once we have that up, we're going to set, and we're keeping it local.
Yes.
We're keeping it local,
Awesome.
and I think I'm
Awesome.
going to break it into.
Yes.
We're going to break it into an acoustic and a band.
Killer.
So we'll have acoustic acts and band acts, full band. So and there'll be 2 prizes, 2 categories, and 2 winners basically.
Killer.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. We want to really bring more of the bands from the area in, because we had a lot of bands. We had bands from Florida coming.
Yep.
And
Those
which
guys
is-
were fucking
They
great,
were
though.
awesome.
And great people. I will
That's what
say.
sucks.
I am
They
glad
They
that
were
we got
so-
to meet them.
They were so fucking good, but
Yeah.
you're not going to get votes
No.
in house because
Yeah.
nobody's here to
Yeah.
vote for
Yep.
you, man. And they deserved it,
Yeah, they were fucking awesome.
Wild
They-
Plains.
Yeah, Wild Plains. No, they're from,
nameless.
what was it? Nameless.
Nameless.
The nameless. But Wild Plains was also
Yes.
They
fucking
were
great.
fucking
They
good
were from
too,
New
man.
York.
Yes.
We
And
gotta
they
get
had that
them back.
sick ass logo too.
We got to get them to open up for
Nameless
somebody.
was good.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Wild Plains, we got to get them
shit.
opening up for somebody.
I like
man.
it. Those guys were fucking awesome.
Yeah,
They
good
were
people.
like if you took Steel Panther and like instead of cranking it to 11, you cranked it to 10, but had like way more
I
fun
was
with
here
them.
for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were fucking awesome.
I thought
they were cool.
Nameless were phenomenal.
The
Yeah, they were
Nameless was
really,
awesome.
really
And
good.
they were just
Really
2
good.
great guys, man. Absolutely great fucking guys.
All right. Well, thank you again, everyone, for joining us. It's going to be a great weekend. And one more time, let's shout out that K9 thing on Sunday. Real quick, with the Truth to Jeff Beck on Friday. We got Get Poisoned on Saturday. And then on Sunday, the Capital K9 Association Fundraiser. We asked you to come out. If you can't come out, just go onto their website. It was capitalk9.org, I believe it was, right, Case? Just
Capital K9 Association.
association.org and donate, even if you donate $1, man, 1,000 people donate $1, man, that's a vest for a dog. There it is, capitalk9association.org. Whatever we can do to that's just what a great organization, man.
Yep.
Hell
And
yeah.
he seemed like a really nice guy. I look forward to meeting him and everything. It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. But all right, thank you everyone for tuning in, and we will see you next week when we have some great bands. We're real quick. Who do we have next week?
You're
was
doing
on
this
here.
to me. You're doing this to me. I had it.
Oh.
April 19th, we have Crystal Ship.
There it is.
The
Bam.
Doors
The Doors.
Experience. April 20th is our Miss Tri-City Area pageant. We also have something cool going on upstairs, but I don't know if you have a thing ready for that. April 26th, Desire, the Bob Dylan tribute show.
They are local, by the way.
They are also local.
Literally
yes.
a local band
Yeah.
doing. Yeah, they're from
Yep.
Vineland. They're doing the Bob Dylan tribute. I went to City Hall, and Casey and I were going up the elevator, and there was their poster was in the
That's
Oh,
cool.
in the
Yeah.
elevator, City Hall, which is really cool.
Yes, I know they're all city related. So.
Yes, it's really cool.
Yes, and then April 27th, Street Fighters, the
It's going
Rolling
to be a lot of fun. I'm a
Stones.
big Stones
tribute
fan,
show.
man.
So
Big Stones fan.
That's what we got.
Probably the most I've seen a band probably is the Stones.
I think that's the
Yeah.
rest of April, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
Again, thank you, everyone. We will see you next week. Have a good night. Seacrest out.
Did you see he's potentially taking over for fucking Pat Sajak?
No.
Yeah. Just remember, we are still live.